Good evening and welcome to the EVNT Alliance Open Opens. And welcome to the EVNT Alliance. As you can hear, I have the stream on in the background, which I've now muted. Sorry about that.
Amateur.
So, thanks for joining us. I'm just getting set up. If you haven't joined us before on Twitch, then the basic premise of this is we are holding a tournament in November, the Alliance Open, the EVNT Alliance Open, which will feature 32 teams. 24 have already registered, and the last 8 are going to be drawn from the remaining pool of teams that have registered, which closes Monday. If you're interested in taking part, you should be able to find details by clicking the links at the bottom of the stream. And already we have the first 2 teams of this open session landing on grid with us, which is pretty cool.
I'm loving what one of those teams have brought. It's full Amarr.
Oh wow!
And they've brought two Black Ops battleships with it too.
Okay, I'm just getting set up.
Brought 2 as well. What the fuck? Is this planned? These other guys brought 2 Black Ops as well.
Let's just set these guys red. So, this is not our normal tournament production standards. This is just me doing it on my own, so it's a little bit sloppy, and I'm like mixing 2 accounts together and locking all the targets myself, rather than using the fancy tools that CCP give us when we get to Thunderdome. So bear with me. Today with me I have Wingnut.
G'day.
And Jose. Hey, I
guys.
always screw your name up, I apologize.
It's fine.
I say
Everybody does.
who was captain of the team that won the 5v5 tournament recently, and has a ton of experience doing tournament stuff, so he should be able to give us some really good insight into what's going on here. Get his teams locked up. Who have we got then? So we've got Weekend Warriors and Warlords of the Deep. Anyone know anything about these teams? I think you do. they're very regulars here.
Yeah. I mean, Warlords of the Deep, big AT history. Yeah, they've got. I think they have the full lineup even. There's Misty, there's Lucas. Lucas was in PL though. We've got Mafia, who actually flew with me in ABA back then.
Did he?
Casper, Dexter, Soldier, and yeah, a couple others I actually don't remember.
This is cool. So the challenge. So this is where Jose's going to get really triggered while I describe the challenge of the week. So there's the normal rules, which are quite long. You can find them over our website. And on top of that, for the open scrims, just to make things a little bit more interesting, we've got a rule that I put in this week. So teams could win 100 plex for every win they get, and they get a bonus prize if they win with my challenge, which is win with a comp that has 3 Black Ops battleships that are not a Widow. And the reason it's not a Widow is because traditionally Widow is actually a viable Black Ops ship. Normally the other 3 aren't, or at least they haven't been in previous tournaments. So the challenge is for these teams to try and win, and they've both stepped up to the challenge, surprisingly.
That explains so much. It doesn't quite explain the full Amarr setup, like legit full Amarr, but that has explained the 3 sins at least.
Yeah, and the 3 redeemers. Like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do a countdown. You guys take it away if you wanted to chat about... I missed a ship there. Sorry about that.
You can look everything up, mate. Come on.
There you go. So yeah, feel free to chat about what ranges they came in and stuff, and I'll do the countdown on local.
Yeah, I mean, the full Amarr team went at 50. Guess they're trying to just kite it out a little bit. Redeemers have pretty nice projection, and yeah, they've got the purifiers for damage, and they actually went with Tech 2 Logi with Guardian, whereas the other team went with Double Deacon. The Double Deacon allows the other team to actually get in an Astard and an Ashimu instead of just going for cruisers and bombers. Yeah. Warlords kiting away.
Curious how this goes with the Double Deacon, because you're versing a lot of laser boats, and they don't have the best of tracking, so I'm wondering if these Deacons just avoid being killed.
Yeah, looking at the speed of the Deacons, those are definitely AB or 10 MN. They're not MWD. And,
looks like these Sins all dropped Curators too, so they've gone full sentry drones. Interesting.
Yeah, we might be pushing in, and yeah, Warlords just kiting away. I can't lock everything up, so this is a little bit awkward with damage.
Yeah, I've got the small locked up. If you want to lock everything from cruisers up,
All right.
it looks like nothing on the. I think it's the warlord side. It's not even getting shot at yet. Meanwhile,
I mean, they're way too far away, right? Mephiya is actually lagging a little bit behind the Purifier. Meanwhile, the Sin of Hauling Wind is actually starting to take a little bit of armor damage. But yeah, the Deacons are able to keep it up very nicely.
yeah, I mean that's the thing I'm going to be curious about how much these deacons can actually rep because that's a lot of DPS. I think I saw like double bomber as well. Yeah, double bomber. They got a Pontifex Mauler as well, sorry, and then of course the 3 demons. That's going to be a low DPS,
I mean,
surely.
the demons aren't doing that much DPS, and it's 2 bombers. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, right? You have the 2 bombers and the redeemers for damage, and that's it. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I
we've
guess
got
the Mauler technically, but I mean it's a
They're-
Mauler. They're not exactly DPS kings.
They're going all in on the Ashimu now, but the Ashimu
Yeah.
is actually doing the smart thing and burning away here. It's not just YOLOing in. Meanwhile, the Sin is almost on top of the blue team, but they're all clustered around the MJD beacon.
And here comes the
they
Mauler.
might be-
You see the Mauler going in, tackle
Yeah,
down
Mauler
that Sin
going
now.
for the Sin tackle here. Actually, it's grappled off. Did it? Yeah, it got the Sin. It's scrammed. So, let's see if they
Yeah.
actually go all in on that Sin.
I doubt the Sin was gonna be able to pull away from that. Like once
Yeah,
the Mauler went
it's
in, the Sin
almost dead. It's almost dead. It's hitting structure now. Probably gonna go die here.
And meanwhile,
Ooh,
Purifiers
yeah.
being put down through armor as well. It looks like they're trying to shoot both Purifiers at once. but
These
damage is
Redeemers
not
putting
there.
out quite a lot of damage down.
Yeah, with conflict now, like with the short range buff now, they're actually doing decent damage.
Yeah, those close range damage buffs really just bring some of the less good ships a lot better. And also kind of kicks drones in the balls, thank god.
They're now swapping to Misty and the Mauler, which is a huge mistake in my opinion because they're never going to break it, not with the Guardian on field. Meanwhile, they're losing their second Sin.
Yeah, I don't like that call at all. They also obviously they're going for the bombers as well, but they can't break anything just yet.
Now, they also seem to have only the sentries, and they're just not doing anything here. Sec 1 sentries, guards even, so everything is just out of range here. Like a set of mediums or heavies here would have really done work on the bombers. They're going for the Astartes now. It's just mopping up the field here. I don't think there's any chance for them to take it back.
Yeah, it looks like they
Do you
brought at
think-
least 2 flights of bouncers. They started with them out, then they abandoned them, then brought another set even closer to the fight. But I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. Not with Tech 1 drones.
I just
And also, I
yeah.
think they got too close. I think they got too close to those guards. To be honest, like right on top of the target they want to shoot. They're not gonna be able to apply at all.
And the starter is going to die here in a second. You know, like they're not doing anything to those purifiers. Faith is now getting a little bit low, but it's probably just waiting for the reps of the Guardian to cycle.
Yeah, and the fact they couldn't kill any of the bombers as well is quite telling. They're not gonna be able to get a demon. They can't get a bomber. They're
Yeah,
just gonna
he's hitting
fall
half
apart.
armor now, and here come the reps.
Yeah, that's a lot of rep power.
Yeah, 2 deacons are nice because they like give you a lot of points, but if you just YOLO in like that and then get all in on your Sin, which is not really a tanky ship, especially if you fit any damage mods, then you're just gonna get them killed. Meanwhile, the Redeemer can actually like sacrifice some low slots for damage mods, and then the Guardian is still able to keep it up. But yeah, it
Good to
wasn't.
see demons being used here. Actually, I quite like the hull. I always have loved the Geddon shape hulls.
I
So
mean, you
good
get
to see
like
them win.
800 conflict DPS out of it, I think. Something like that. I don't remember too much from the 5v5, actually. We look
Actually,
into
you could check.
Redeemers too.
I'm pretty sure you can get up to nearly 1k.
With
Depends on,
drones,
of course,
for
the
sure.
gun you fit, of course.
Looks like we've got GFs in local, so I think that looks like the teams are calling it, I guess. So I see some warp offs going there, some people carrying on. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that means that Warlords are calling the match.
Yeah, we're looking
So
at
just
like
for numbers, right? A heated Dema with Mega Pulse and 2 heat sinks is just under 1k DPS before drones.
That's not
Yeah,
too
well,
shabby.
can do
unheated.
it.
It's like 836.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
that's not too
Of course,
bad.
you add
Yeah.
the drones as well. They have just enough bay for 1 set of heavy drones.
Yeah, I did expect them to use replets here, honestly. Because like the insane thing about the comp is that you have 3 redeemers. That's 5 5
Because of
heavy
heavy
rep
rep
bots
bots, yeah.
each, so that's
I
15,
know.
15 heavy rep bots. It's an absurd amount.
It's very much a true Amarian comp. Just outlast everything. Just be
Looks-
super tanky.
It's like Warlords have abandoned the field except for that one Quizster who just hang on there, but he's gone now. So, yeah, congratulations to Warlords for winning that. It's a pretty cool setup, the Redeemers.
Yeah, well, I can look at that. Giving Blops a purpose, a miracle.
Do you think we're ever likely to see that in the actual tournament?
No,
No,
no.
no way.
I mean,
But
like,
the
everything
comp
that
that,
Demon
like-
does there, something else does.
I think
better.
it's
So
quite a
Titanfall
nice-
does that better.
Yeah. I mean
the comp
19
itself-
points for Black Ops is pretty good, but I guess there's probably better T1 options. Given.
Yeah, I mean, you can just use an abandon, right?
Yeah.
But the style of comp, I'm pretty sure we're going to see quite a lot in the AT. Like, not,
Mhm.
I call it AT, but yeah, because it's like three heavy solid battleships supported by Technology, and then some support wing that's actually good. Yeah, I'm definitely sure this is gonna be seen in the actual matches, just not with blobs.
And I was because we also had Pontifexes as well as Confessors for just destroying small stuff, and just even more rep drones if you go that way. I think 3 battleships is definitely going to be one of the key things we see.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to be curious about is, do we see more 1 Tech 2 Logi, or do we see more like Deacons and stuff like that?
I mean, nice thing about Tech 1 and blobs here is that you can actually use the Tech 2 Logi, as we've seen.
Yeah.
If you go for pirate battleships and then like Tech 1 Logi or like the Logi freaks become more important because like you need to have some support. It's going to be interesting for shields because shield freak Logis are actually trash, so we'll see what the shield mirror there is.
The sad truth right
Which
there.
which one? Okay, but if you had to choose them, which one would you pick? Like, which is the best? Which is the best? Is it the Bantams? Not Bantams.
Wait, for shield?
Yeah, the frigate one.
It's gonna be Kirin's, right?
Kirin, that's what I meant.
Scalpel-
I meant the T2
Scalpel
one.
might-
I was like confusing the T1, T2. Yeah.
Yeah, Scalpel might work too, but yeah, in the end, it's probably gonna be Kirin just for the resist bonus. Both are really bad because you have like a huge 6 or just drones will deal with you.
So we've got 2 more teams coming to Sandlot. If you want to warp over to that arena, if you're not already there.
Oh yeah, and I'm liking looking at this already. I'm very happy looking at this.
Yeah, so I'm just getting the teams. So we've got No Vacancies, who are a team that are registered. They haven't got their place yet, so they'll be looking forward to the draw, or maybe nervous about it. The draw that is happening on Tuesday at 1900 Eve time. We're going to be drawing the last 8 spots, so they're one of the teams registered for that, so they're very keen turning up to these open practices already. And a new team, Slice, who are registered. And this their first time in open practice, so I've got no idea how they're going to do. I believe they're Nullsec Alliance, who live in Ethereum Reach, I believe, off the top of my head.
Moved in with Horde recently.
I don't know if they've... have they? Okay. I don't know if... They've got an interesting
It was a while
setup.
back. I lost track of it all. I'm very curious about this comp. Triple Tyrannus, double Hecate.
Oh, I haven't
Adds a
walked
lot
in
of close range DPS.
Yeah, so we've got. I don't know if you've got the points, totaling up the points already for you, Lexi, but this is an undermanned team by the looks of it from Slice, unless I'm missing something.
3 command ships: Hyperion, Oneros, Blackbird.
It looks about 100 points, but I think they're short 3 people, which is allowed in the rules. You can bring an undermanned comp if you want, and we had Warlords lose to. Oh, who was it last week who brought an undermanned? They brought a 6-man comp, which was just.
Seven Sins.
Who was it? Sorry? 7 Sins.
Yeah, it was 7 Sins, I'm pretty sure. Because their CEO actually linked it to me in my Discord. Because of course he did.
It was quite funny because we were all calling them out as like being terrible because they only brought 6 people and they were obviously going to lose to the tournament veterans Warlords, and we were calling them out on stream, and
they
then
didn't, yeah.
and then all of a sudden they just won. So you know, it happens. I mean, to be fair, Warlords were trying with the Triglavian logistic ship to win the challenge, which was a hard challenge. And that logistics ship obviously had a repping delay, which really made it difficult to keep the bigger things alive as they got pummeled. So,
In a way, it's a high DPS comp too. It's just like deleting things like click, 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 go on.
yeah, Ancient Lexi got in the background. He commentated the other week. Feel free to chip in, dude, if you got any thoughts. But he's helping me out in the background today.
Doesn't appear to be an on-demand comp. It's a
Oh,
full one. It's just a strong comp. It's a points heavy.
looking at the Hyperion 3 EOS's, Aneros, Blackbird, Vex Nova issue.
I mean,
Sound
that
amazing.
Hyperion is not going to be very happy there in the middle. Sitting right on
Oh,
top
I
of
know,
two
right?
indicators. It's
I mean,
gonna
in a
be
1v1, a hype can beat a Vindy, but 2v1? I don't know about that one, Chief. The question I'm really having, though, is where do you see these Tyrannuses and Hecates going? I see them, like, charging that Blackbird down, but they might pick something else.
I mean, they might all in just on the Hyperion, but they're probably going to charge somewhere. But yeah, we've got a really solid comp from Novak here with double Windy, Astartes, a Guardian even, and then some Hecates.
Lente rush
and
with
Vanguard.
Guardian.
I like the
Yeah,
I like the 3 Tyrannuses. That's got me interested. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
it's
seen
like-
3
and-
interceptors in a match before.
And two Hecates go with it as
Yeah,
well. That's a
it's-
lot of, like, small blaster DPS.
Yeah, it's like
Which are-
200 DPS per Hecate, per Tyrannus at least, and then like 600 from the Hecates. Like if they charge the Blackbird or the Guardian,
I think
Aneros
it's close
here.
to 300. Sorry to cut in. I think it's close to 300 with the Void buff.
Yeah,
Plus their
if you
drones
heat,
as well.
yeah.
So that and
That's
that
a lot of
damage,
DPS.
it's very short ranged, but it applies very well to any target, basically, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they do have to tech 2 Logi Guardian here to actually keep them up even if they charge in, right? And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much a clean sweep. They might lose some stuff, but yeah, that Hyperion is going to die really quickly here.
I consider that Guardian to be utter heresy. You've got this full Galente rush team, like, but I want my reps, sir, and brings a Guardian with him too. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, the Hecates are charging right in. Actually, one of them is smart and going around. The other one is almost on top of the Logi already.
Yep,
Yeah, meanwhile, the
between
Windies are
the
just
Logi or the
blasting at the
Black-
Hyperion.
Which one are they going for? That looks like they
Hyperion's almost dead already.
Blackbird.
Yeah, Hyperion's getting pounded pretty hard.
Yeah, they're going for the Blackbird, not for the Aneros. That's weird.
I mean, I can kind of agree. The Blackbird does negate your DPS, whereas the Guardian will just rep through it. If you can kill that off, you can then kill the Guardian
Yeah.
faster.
Maybe.
All those small blasters, though,
uh,
would kill that Aneros pretty well. I guess
Also,
they,
those EOS
yeah,
is all
it's
curators.
lots of DPS.
Every single EOS curators. What in the world?
Who-
All of them. Every
who's-
single
Maybe
one.
only broad couriers, I don't know.
Oh, wow,
He has
yeah.
got the drone bait buff, so. Blackbird is half armor. Hyperion is actually holding, which is weird. Meanwhile, we've seen one Tyrannus of Vex getting damage here.
Hyperion's got the
Yeah,
Neros. Neros doesn't look like he's getting E-ward or anything, so the Neros looks like he's putting 4 reps on things.
Yeah, he's free running around. I think one Tyrannus is not going for it, just tackling it in range. Should have probably waited a little bit until it got out of range. But yeah, the one Tyrannus is almost going down, one Hecate is ball, but the Blackbird is hitting structure now. I'm surprised this Hyperion is not taking any more damage.
I
Like
think
it's full armor again.
they've
Are they
switched.
being-
They've switched damage
yeah.
targets, haven't they?
Yeah, switch to the EOS, sort of
Yeah.
indicate a pull off and go for the EOS instead.
Oh, one of the EOS has got tackled. Okay, yeah, that's not smart.
Yeah, he went in for some reason, not sure why, but he got caught.
Yeah,
The Vindy went straight
it's-
over to him. I mean, a hype can tank this stuff. It's just he can't tank it forever. So I'm surprised they decided to switch
Yeah.
now when the hype's gone through his reps. You know. Also, Hecate's going down to low armor now. He's about to be pop soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile the Blackbird is back. Like I'm eating my words here. This is going to go completely different.
Hornet EC drones on the Blackbird. That's some sweet irony.
What are the Hecates doing? Are they just not like ignoring this Blackbird? I mean, the Tyrannus has MWD on, is completely out tracking itself. Okay,
Hecate
Hecate's
down,
dead
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
They've lost the Tyrannus. No, they've lost the Hecate. Sorry, not the Tyrannus.
yeah, but
I
both
don't know.
Tyrannuses are not applying any damage just because they like orbit with MWD on. That's like completely idiotic. But otherwise, the
Anyone who's
other
flown a dual pop
Hecate
Tyrannus knows not to
is
do that.
like the other Hecate is sitting completely away from everything, getting tracked by those curators. Yeah, it's tanking, I guess.
He's
No,
got a like
Vindy is
swarm of
hitting-
light rep drones on him. Absolute swarm of light rep bots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Windy
Maybe
of,
he's baiting up DPS.
Windy of ASEC is actually getting like into
Yeah, he's getting pummeled pretty hard.
two-third armor here. The Windies aren't doing anything. They're trying to shoot this EOS, but the EOS just doesn't care. Fax and the
And
Tyrannus
by now as well, you know
not
the
dying.
Hyperion's definitely reloaded as Ansel Repper. Like he's definitely reloaded by now.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
whatever
If
pressure
he-
you did on him is wasted. It looks like Avindi's actually going after the Neros now, so that's good to see.
Yeah, they split up. they seem to actually have caught it completely, just
Oh,
not applying any
absolutely,
DPS yet.
I think
I think there are
Um,
Stardy that actually did that.
this has started to look pretty good for
No,
Slice.
the Tyrannus caught the Oniras, and then they just crept up on it.
So
If they can kill the Oniras and before they lose all of their support, they might have a chance. But yeah, this
Also,
Hecate is trying to keep up transversal here. It's
I know this is a random thing to
working.
point out on,
Okay, yeah.
but out of those rep drones on the Neros, one is a light shield rep bot. Rather than I don't know why.
maybe
There's a
I
single, there's like
was
two
going to say
light
maybe he
rep
hasn't
shield
got
rep-
skills from it, but it's the same skill, isn't it? So there's no really excuse
I don't
for
know
that.
why. I just saw that. I was like, it's perfect.
Wait, is that a
Well,
Blaster starter? There seems to be a Blaster starter, right?
Maybe
I
he's
believe
a,
so,
maybe he's
yeah.
a dual tank to Rierus. Yeah, maybe.
Nah, he's eating shit now.
Hmm.
Ah, he just got
Uh,
one little shield rep there.
So the EOS
Yeah,
of
that's
Vlad.
a Stardy for sure.
Okay, he's dead. So this should
Here we
be
go.
clean up now. But one of the Tyrannuses is now like it got a nice volley from the couriers, but it's wrapping back up here.
This is definitely not over.
I don't know. I'm not sure. They've been killing the small stuff, but that Guardian will keep those big ships alive in this final brawl. And the hype can't last forever anymore. Neither can the EOSes.
The Guardian
Yeah,
looks
lose
like
the
he is
Tyrannus
he
here,
is the
though.
focus
This
of
was-
their attention now. The VNI is on top of that
It
Guardian,
has to be.
trying to tackle
It has to be. If they kill the Guardian, they've got a chance for sure. But if the Guardian survives, they will lose the battleship brawl here.
Yeah,
Guardian is like already taking some damage, but it's still repping from the rep bots and its local tank.
I've noticed Slicer made
Yes,
a
and
slight
then-
error. Have you seen with the positioning of Vlad right down there? He just did his armor burst, but he only got one ship, I think, in the burst.
Yeah.
He's very far down the
I-
bottom there.
If that,
I get the feeling the EOS is meant to be like sort of solo. Like they pretty much
Yeah.
probably have the same burst. I think all armor.
okay, they're finally getting rid of this Blackbird. Not sure how much work it actually did here, but yeah, it's entering half armor again. Meanwhile, the EOS is also going down. If they can kill this EOS and the Blackbird before the Guardian goes down, I think they have it. Even if they don't, they probably have it with just 2 Windies. It's an absurd amount of EHP they have to go through.
Yeah, plus the Astarte as well. Like they're
Okay,
pretty tanky
Blackbird's
on their
dead.
own.
Guardian's entering half armor though, so
They have a chance.
Yeah.
You think he ran out of an Ansel Rapper?
yeah, by
Uh,
now probably yeah,
yeah.
sure. He still has some rep bots, but seem to be mostly lights. The heavies seem to be gone, and he's dead.
Wow, I
He's
think,
dead
I think
for
the
the
VNI,
EOS.
soloed him there.
Whoa.
What in the world?
Okay, so you've
I
got
swear the VNI just soloed him.
Nah, it's not the V. It gets the drones from the EOS. Like
two
That's,
EOS's VNI Hyperion versus 2 Vindicators, Astarte, Hecate, Uranus. And I
Astarte-
think they're making a good call on getting rid of these small ships by the looks of it.
yeah, Start is already damaged as well. So they have the Hyperion. So this is now like how quickly can they grind down the Hyperion?
So wait, I'm just trying to like, keep track of what drones they've got. They've definitely got a set of Praetors in those EOSs. They've also got a set of what I think is, sorry, Ancurators. What's the third set? Do they have rep bots in there still? Because they can rep the Hyperion up, they might be able to win the fight.
I see some heavy drones
Nah,
here
they-
coming in from
I
the...
would seriously doubt that they have rep bots. Would be the wrong call to make.
I
Uh,
can kind of agree, but the way their comp is set up is just kind of like they've got these 3 command ships they can all tank. But if you add some rep bots to that, it might actually work.
Bunch
I mean,
of
I
bunch
don't
of Praetors just landed on the Astarte now. I think he's going to vaporize pretty quick.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably dual tank this Hyperion, so the Hyperion's probably gonna outlive the Astarte here.
Vlad,
It's got to be dual rep. You don't fit a Hyperion any other bloody way. It's always dual rep. That rep bonus is just too powerful to make to waste.
Ooh, Vexo Navy just got a little bit too close to Vindicator. He's just
Yeah.
vanishing. Yeah. Nice.
he's repping
no.
suspiciously hard, that guy.
And he's dead. But the Hyperion, like swapping
Back
from the
control.
Hyperion now, if it's smart, it's gonna get the reload off here.
Yeah, he's got to reload now, but I feel like that might be a bad call because you see both Vindies now shooting him. You got to make the risk.
I
but
think he
mean,
might have risked it, and that was probably the wrong call. Yeah, he's gonna die here.
He
probably.
had to do it. You know what I mean? Like even if it's a bad idea, he still had to do it. Otherwise, you were going to die anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Speed of an
gonna
EOS
pull
by
it off
curiosity.
here.
How
But
fast is
then-
an EOS normally?
It's very slow, but I think they buffed the speed of it.
Yeah,
I'm
I think they
not
buffed it a
completely
little
sure.
bit, but I
Curious if they buffed it faster than Vindicators, because if EOSs can kite them, maybe they've got
There
a
might be
chance.
10 MN, 100 MN fit because it's not really going that fast.
so one of the EOS is just going 1200 meters a second.
Okay, then it's not 100 MN, then it's 10 MN. It's 2 Windies versus 2 EOSs. Like this should easily go in favor of the Vindicators here. But yeah, we'll see.
Less
yeah,
than 2
it will.
minutes
Vinny's
remaining.
got rep drones on him.
Thanks, Raf. That's Raf in
Vinny's
the
got
background
ref on
who
him.
is helping referees. And him and Lexi, they're clearing the field. They're bringing the teams in. Being very helpful tonight. I don't know. The Vindicators are not moving. Oh, are they shooting the
They're
drones?
clearing the
bothering.
drones.
They're not
clearing the
bothering.
heaviest. They're clearing the heavy drones.
Kind of feels like a waste of time to me.
I mean, if they don't have scrams fitted, then the actually, yeah, the ESs aren't on MJD beacons, which is like a wrong thing to do.
And there's
I
another
mean-
reason as well. Like, the Vindies don't really care. They've got reactors
Yeah.
fitted as well, plus rep drones on them. They can just sit here and just tank those EOS.
They're
I
using the
don't care.
curators
Plus-
now, so they're doing.
Plus the winning
Actually,
on
if
points.
they-
So if they just
If the
take out.
Vinnies start
doesn't
shooting, if the Vinnies start shooting the curators, this is probably gonna be their death sentence. They should just start and move. Just
They-
chase one of the ESs. You're gonna catch it. You're faster, or almost as fast. Why are you sitting there?
Wait, hold on. That Vindicator had a set of light rep drones and a set of medium rep drones. He didn't bring DPS drones.
Probably not. No. It's like okay. They're actually going for the drones. No. Why do you do this? Oh.
Kill the DPS off, and then those EOS are just entirely defanged.
Yeah, but look at how many fucking drones there are, and sentries are actually they're clearing them reasonably fast.
Yeah, I mean, you've got blaster Vindicators. They're going to rip through them like 2 shots each.
It's tag 1 drones, but sentries still have an absurd amount of EHP.
Yeah.
How much time
Really?
time left on the clock?
About 10 seconds.
Okay,
Okay.
then it's GP
Yeah.
anyway. Okay.
Yeah, well played. I like it. I feel like their support wing kind of fed, to be honest, but they did pretty well.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're quite squishy ships. The ones they had, right? They weren't
Oh,
particularly
yeah, they brought
tanky. They
Tyrannuses. What in the fucking world? Fucking Tyrannuses, mate. My god.
Yeah, it's not a bad ship, especially after the interceptor buff.
It's the one I was expecting, that's for sure. I'm
Yeah,
just
they're-
glad Vindicators won. My favorite ship.
Yeah, but the Underman team actually cut it a lot closer than I expected.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think like with all those little ships, they should have just swarmed the Aeneas and just killed it really quickly. Probably, I think that's would have been my tactic. With the if you had that much small blaster DPS on the Aeneas, I think he would have died a lot quicker.
Yeah, probably.
I think they were probably expecting more jams to come off from the Blackbird, because if the Blackbird was jamming out their small stuff, that DPS would have meant nothing.
Yeah.
We've got Warlords versus ABA in the other arena, which is interesting. So yeah, shout out to Riggs and his boys and Devlin.
Yeah,
who's running the team?
you're familiar with that corporation, I believe.
Kind of, yeah.
Um,
ABA brought the double Sin shield comp, it seems like, with a Simi. This is a very
Oh.
questionable. Actually, no, that's not ABA. That's a wait. I'm wrong. That's
that's
Warlords.
Warlords. Yeah. They're trying
very-
to win with Sins and
Triple
Redeemers.
Sin.
With shield Sins, even like it's a reasonable amount of drone DPS, but this is a very questionable comp. They're up against Onero's Kronos, Windy, and a Hugin. Okay, it's all around double battleship, heavy supported armor comp on ABA side with Onero's as Launchie.
I mean, this is
I-
yeah.
I believe there are also blasters fitted to those Sins as well. No, wait, are those blasters? What are those?
Looks
Sorry,
like
those, I
Bless
don't
you.
think those are blasters. What are those? I don't think those are blasters, I swear. Unless they're the light ones. They have a bloody sheet on me.
Okay, the teams are ready. I'm going to do the countdown. That's cool. Keep this show on the road. So yeah, we've got Warlords of the Deep in triple Black Ops battleship setup versus a Band Apart in Kronos Vindicator setup. This is pretty cool. I like seeing double Enyo. That's pretty cool. I think back in the day, triple Enyos were solid support wing. And it looks like Band Apart trying to bring them back, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's see. I got
I found what guns those are. Yeah, they're using dual 250 railguns, I think. Are they?
No, they're
what the hell?
railgun.
What are those guns?
It's
gonna be some memes and fits.
It's driving me insane. I've looked through all the guns, I can't find them. What are
Probably medium ones. Sin's fitting is actually really tight. If you want to fit
okay.
guns, Let's see what they actually do. And there we've got the sentries out. Let's see if this Oniros can actually run away.
Yeah, all the sins are
Oh,
pulling range.
Cervantes is charging in the Enyo. He's probably gonna die here. They're not shooting him yet. Okay, here comes the damage. And he got himself tackled by Casper and the Stiletto, who's burning away now again.
Yeah, ABA rushing straight in by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean, rushing in the sense that 2 heavy armor battleships can rush, but yeah, they're like going in. The frigates are also now. They seem to
Yeah.
have like a soldier locked down in the Sin, so this seems
Yeah.
to be the primary target.
The Vindicator's on top of him, so they've rushed.
Yeah.
The Vindicator
You've got him,
overshot like quite hard.
Was
Is
that
he
his
actually
target
going
there,
for
or is he
this,
going for a different target? I think he might be going further back. he still
Maybe,
pushing?
but if he was going for that Sin, he actually fucked up really badly here.
I think he might be going
Yeah, the other Sins are getting
for
up to him
Dexter
with that.
IO, the team captain for Warlords.
Scimitar seems to
I've
be pinned
always,
as well
like,
at the top there.
None of the Sins are actually taking damage. Actually, soldiers
Oh.
taking some damage now.
Are they trying to
Yeah,
push
and
all the
all
way
the
through
Sins
to
are
the
piling on the
Simi?
Vindicator.
I think they
Yeah,
are.
Lucas in the Simi
like
is actually completely
He's-
hard tackled by the support here.
He's boosting pretty hard, but he's half shield.
Got a huge swarm of bots behind him as well.
Yeah, those are like there's, but those are armor bots. They're not on the Simi. They're on the support that has the Simi tackle. So that's putting damage between a soldier in the Sin and Lucas in the Simi, which is a smart thing to do here, I think, because the Windies will probably not be able to creep up on the Simi, so they're just using that damage on the Sin.
All 3 Sins were pounding that
yeah.
Vindicator for a while there, but now they're leaving. Are they leaving the Vindicator? One's driving away a bit, at least. No, they're all piling on
So-
that Vindicator, trying to kill it.
I'm trying the Comet is meanwhile going down, so they're trying to clear tackle off the Simi here.
I
But it's
did.
a lot of tackle. Like, good luck clearing all of that. Sin is now. No, it's still not hitting armor.
There's a lot of light armor maintenance bots from
Casper,
ABA on
meanwhile, tackled.
on Lucas. I'm not sure what's going on there,
You
but
sure they're on Lucas or they're on the support? That's
oh,
actually
of
tackling
course, yeah, of
Lucas?
course,
It's
that would make more
probably
sense.
on
on the
Yeah,
Windows, I'm
yeah.
pretty
Sorry,
sure.
I'm being dumb.
Meanwhile, Casper has tackled Lincoln and the Oniris, but Lucas is now hitting armor, so the Simi is going to go down here.
Trading for
Also,
Vindicator.
that's
Is
what
that
Willie's
gonna
good? Is
be,
that good if they trade for Vindicator? I don't know.
That's a lot of DPS gone, but I will say also, all those Sins were blaster fit. I don't know why it took me so long to find out. They're all blasters, every single one.
Right.
Yeah, it might be a worthwhile trade though, considering they killed the Windy here and the Enyo is now almost dead.
She-
Oniris is tackled, so let's see how this actually goes.
A shield fits in without a scimitar pointed at it. It's probably going to explode quick, I think. That's my hunch.
Yeah, but they killed the Windy. This was kind
Yeah.
of the win condition here, and it's just a Kronos now. Kronos does like 1k DPS if it's
Yeah, the Enyo is about 300 each, but I mean, they're easy kills.
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
easily killing the Enyos now with the Sin. Those like they swapped to heavy drones now, so they can clear the small shit easily. And the Oniris is still like right in the middle of that blob.
There's a Vexer
He's
trying to
probably
attack with a
gonna
Sin. You see the Vexer in there? Mate, you're in the wrong neighborhood, brother. You don't want to be here.
So one of the sins is shield boosting. He's about
They've got
20.
an Axel ASB at least.
Yeah. Multiple ships taking damage here on ABA's side. The Vex is taking damage. Higgins taking
They're
damage.
still not going for the Oniris, which is weird. That would have been my target here. But they can apparently clear stuff through the Oniris.
Well, they got one Sin on the Vexer, one Sin that went over to the Hugin, another Sin's down fighting. Actually, no, other Sin's on the Oniris now.
Yeah, they're
And
on the Oniris. They're probably
CM
nuding the
drones on that
Oniris.
field.
Yeah. They're probably nuding the Oniris and killing
Yeah.
everything else. Let's see if there's there's
I wonder
there's-
that-
nude effects
there's
on the
definitely-
Oniris.
Surprised by these Sins. They're doing quite well.
N-
Vexer down as well.
Yeah, the
How
one
many-
Sin now-
How many high slots does a Black Ops have? 3. I can't remember.
You mean
I think.
vitality highs?
Yeah. Is it 2?
The Sin has a lot of high slots. You've
sure
got
it's like
7
three.
highs.
Give me a second.
And
I can
free
Like if
find
it's
out.
got
Yeah.
if it's got a full rack of blasters.
It's got 4 guns and 7 high slots.
So it's
Must
got
be
three-
Yeah,
utilities.
free
okay.
utilities.
So not of newting power if they've all got
I saw a
newts on.
smart bomb at least on one of them, but still, that's still a lot of newts. That's gonna be brutal.
2 heavies at least, I'd expect.
Yeah.
Nira's
If they're
still
going shield, they got a
living,
lot of
but
DPS as well.
he's in armor now, so they might not even lose this in still in structure.
He's really low. I think he's out of charges, otherwise he would have boosted by now. So I imagine he's about to
Yeah, but he's
explode.
also
Oh, but ABA just lose 2 ships in rapid succession, so they're only down to
and one
their-
of those was the Oneirus.
yeah. So
Sin just trying, and there's that like one's in dead, but the other ones are all still alive. So yeah, went differently than I expected, especially with the semi caught as quickly as it did.
they just went. They put all their cards on the table and went for that scimitar, and it kind of paid off at the beginning a little bit, and then they couldn't seem to focus enough damage on.
I mean, going after the scimitar is not a bad idea because you don't really respect the Sins as DPS platform.
Yeah, the problem
Once they
was
lost
that
their
the-
Vindy, they lost the DPS, so they couldn't.
Yeah, the
really do
problem
anything
was
about it.
the Windy and the Kronos just like the Windy completely overshot the first sin, and the Kronos just like was a little bit behind, so they never applied full damage on the first sin there, and like had
Give-
they like stayed together
And also as
then
well, that
just
Windy-
blasted that sin.
That
Give-
Vindy being held
yeah.
down as well. Think about it. You had 2 or 3 Sins on him, all neuting him. He was not going to be
Yeah.
able to shoot back.
Given that the they had a Hugin and some small blaster ships and their logistics was still alive, would they have been better off going for the Caracal, the Stork, the Jackdaw, Bifrost, clearing all those off, and then hoping that keeps their logistics alive or able to move around? I don't know. I think maybe going for the support would have been better for ABA rather than focusing on the Sins, but I don't know.
The sin was a perfect target, right? It's not that tanky. Yeah, you can catch it because it's slow as fuck. It's one of the slowest battleships, I think. And you just like have to actually catch one without completely overcommitting your team into the enemy backline. And I think that was the mistake. Like sending the support after the semi was perfect. And like getting the Windy and the tackle on that first sin was also pretty nice. But then the Windy just like at least overshot by 10 kilometers or so. It's hard to say on this overview here, but yeah, he was pretty far away from the first sin that actually stood in his way. And had they shot that sin, would have been GG, I think.
They seem to be in a good spot for being a shield blaster boat because, of course, blasters don't really need that much help in application. Plus the drones and being shield, they get a lot of DPS for a Black Ops.
Yeah.
The fit I've made
Yeah.
now, it's got about almost 1500 DPS per sin. That's before newts.
So the
That's not
Black
bad.
Ops, the team captain Rick Jarvik's there in the Vindicator. Sorry, Kronos slowly going down, but it looks like it does. It
Is
is going
Rix
to
actually
be
the captain? I think it's Devlin. On
on paper. Rix is the captain, I think. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was the captain on paper either.
I have to go and check. Actually, I've just called it out, but
It's
I'm
a very
not 100%
amusing
sure.
note. The sins are nearby him.
Yeah, just to shout out Kovacs, subscribe with Prime. Thank you very much. I've had a bunch of follows as well since we started. Wow, about 20 follows. It's really cool. Thanks for following the stream and checking out what we're doing. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, it looks like we're going to go to the next match here. Rix is just slowly dying. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to die. I guess maybe.
They've got no DPS left. They have nothing left but a sin. That's it.
Less
I
than
mean,
2
sure, the
minutes.
Jackdaw as well, but it's not really hurting.
Yeah.
And the sin isn't on him, neuting him out. The sin is a
Do you think-
mile away.
Do you think the sin is just maybe he's? I can't imagine. Maybe he's burnt his guns, or maybe he didn't have any guns. Maybe
Probably-
it was some sort of.
I think the thing is like, why bother getting close to it?
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah,
you-
we can just
you're getting
slowly
into its
grind it
blaster
down.
range, why bother?
Yeah, true.
Why
true.
go into his blast range? It's just not worth the time or effort.
And the Kronos
He is going down slowly.
He isn't whole.
I like
Remember
these
we
sins.
have
Like,
Volt, I think,
for a
ready in the
Volt, I
other
like.
arena.
This is what I mean. ABA put up a good fight here. This is a good match actually.
Less than 60 seconds.
I think they've got just enough DPS.
Look at Rick's just fighting on to the last second.
like any man, a battleship should.
If that was the Vindicator, he might be getting some kills with his web, but doesn't look like he can hit anything
I
from
mean,
moment.
that match could have gone very easily the other way.
Yeah.
Less than 30 seconds.
It'll swing back, that's for sure.
And he's gone. So, heading good fights. Both teams are heading over to the Sandlot Arena. Let's see who we've got next. We've got Weekend Warriors versus Volta. Cool.
Volta in a triple Panther setup. Weekend Warriors with a triple Slupnir mini rush, I think. Actually, no, it's a Fly Killer there at range.
Oh, Fly Killer. This is interesting. Everyone told me when I first released the rules that Fly Killer was not going to be viable. Actually, you told me that Fly Killer was not going to be viable.
That's not what I said. I said pure rapid lights are.
Oh,
not-
okay, yeah, okay, it's not okay, yeah,
Because you cannot get the cruiser spam.
yeah, true.
Fly
This is
Killer
kind of
should be,
it's
like,
the vouch,
on the
the
table.
Sleipnir version, yeah. Have you said you've been doing a little bit of Fearcrafting and you couldn't resist earlier? Have you got an idea of what's going to be good, or is that something you're not prepared to discuss on stream?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in a team, so I don't care that much. But probably gonna see a lot of armor battleships.
Okay.
And there's some interesting shield comms, and like one thing that needs to be kept in mind is the damage buff between the ATs and the resist nerf. So things like a mini rush or a Kaldari rusher, shit like that, it got insanely buffed just because you do so much more damage now, and you can actually break through enemy logistics and enemy heavy armor battleships.
So just to confirm,
I
that's
agree
the T2 short range ammo buff, right?
Yeah, like hail for Slupnirs or rage missiles and
Also, the medium autocannon buff before that as well, which means like stuff like autocannon Sleipnirs got a buff again. So
yeah, I mean, the
they've been buffed
Slupnir
at least twice.
Slipner is like 920 DPS, I think, with hail non-heated, so it's actually absurd.
So yeah, like definitely Rush Comp's got one hell of a kick, and anything that's trying to like outlast has to work that much harder to make it work.
And there we've got the two Kirins. I'm gonna be curious how they actually do. They might actually work in a Fly Killer setup. Not too sure.
I'm just totally failing to do the standings properly this time. Bear with me.
The one thing that hasn't gotten any better since the last AT was, of course, that drones haven't been buffed at all. Thank God. Fucking drones.
What's the guns on the Panthers here? Can you actually check me?
Yeah, sure. I can
Really
look.
bad.
I should be able to recognize
It's
something
SEs,
like that.
yeah. They're spinning, like so, pretty easy.
Yeah, those are dual 425s, I think. Either that or they're the 650s. Definitely not 800s.
I just realised I got the colours back to
Son.
front because I'm bad.
Don't really see the game plan being in with Volta here. They have a Bassi instead of a Simi as well, which is weird choice with a Triple Panther.
Just thinking the same. I'm wondering if they're just going to try and move as a group and maybe, I don't know, pull a bit more range rather than the typical rushing in.
Yeah,
but-
we have to actually watch that Basilisk because it can actually get deleted here almost instantly with triple Slipnir. But
Do you remember how I said they're not 800s? They're absolutely 800s for sure. So every Panther's got 800mm autocannons.
Yeah.
Max
makes more
range,
sense.
max DPS. That's good.
Wonder if we're going to see a lot of this heavy nuke pressure that you're getting with bringing all of these Black Ops. You know, they've got those utility highs. It's really
I mean, if you're
can
gonna
affect
bring
it.
blobs, definitely, because that's the one real thing you get is utility highs to actually just ruin your targets. And as we were talking earlier about the whole close range damage buff and the resist buff, I was talking about how rushing teams, Vindicated, stuff like that have been buffed. You need to kind of counter that somewhat. So having even more newts could actually be a thing. Just
Yeah.
bring a couple of ships that have like 4 or 5 heavy newts, just ruin a ship's day. I think that Vindicator got locked down entirely. He couldn't shoot back much.
Yeah, meanwhile, like long range ammo didn't get buffed, but resist got nerfed. So stuff like Fly Killer can actually do something as well.
Yeah.
Enough
I
like
see what I've done
can
wrong there.
delete anything.
I've been trying to figure out what's going on. It's because I've got cable set blue for some reason. It's probably helping him loot a Satir or something.
Cough,
Okay.
Cough. Abyssal fight.
I was trying to really confuse that. Like, why is there a panther on that side? Okay, I got it now. Okay, I think we should be good.
Interesting enough, they went with a broadsword and a Hyugen, which you usually don't see in a Fly Killer setup because it's just so much points that you could use for DPS otherwise.
And broadsword I don't get, but I will say broadswords can do a lot of DPS when you fit them that way. We saw something similar with the Onyx back in the 5v5s. There was like a pretty high DPS and tanky Onyx that was brought to the field.
Yeah, and Onyx can actually do damage, but a broadsword, I mean, RT
Broadsword can
broadsword.
too. Like if you fit it for it, a broadsword can, but of course you are giving up some level of tank. So I'm very
Yeah.
curious to see what they've done with it.
It is can be
I've actually
quite
fought
fast
solo.
to hit them with over.
They're a hilarious
Yeah,
boat solo.
Panthers
not even
are
kidding.
completely rushing in, and one of the Storks too. Nah, the Storks
the
are
time
nicely
Russian
circling
Panthers.
around next to Jerusalem. What are they actually shooting? There's no damage incoming. They're actually not running the Slupners.
Sorry, I missed.
Okay, they screened the Panther nicely with a Jackdaw, so Cable got screened here. Very nice.
So the Panthers,
Annie
what
getting
weapon system are they
screened
using? Is it rapid lights?
They're using
ACs.
800s.
Oh, AC. Okay.
Yeah, they're just
800
rushing
millimeter
in here.
ACs, the biggest size they've got. So,
Of course, they're not missiles, are they? I was thinking of proper Typhoons.
Who are they shooting? They're shooting the Slupner. The Slupner's yet uncaught, but here comes the Jaguar.
Yeah. Howling
so
Wind seems to be
rips the
primary.
play.
Volta really like in amongst it.
they got
Yeah,
in there.
just
I'm
like
surprised
the-
the fastest Panthers were.
I think they were just heating their micro warp drives and just burning straight at it.
I don't get how they got caught that easily, but they had like 2 Jackdaws as anti-tackle. They had a Hugin, they had a
So,
Broadsword, and still got the.
For about the Jackdaws, it's because they only had 2 Jackdaws for 3 Panthers. That's kind of hard to try and like keep them held down. But still being caught by 3 Panthers is still something. Also, one of them has got. Have you seen how many ECM drones are on that Panther? Look at Cable. He's not having a good day.
Oh,
Actually,
he's
to be
getting
fair,
jammed.
Historic. Okay, the
That's a
Archies
lot
are
of
actually
ECM drones.
deleting the small stuff now.
You aren't kidding. There's a lot of ETM drones.
Holy Wind's still alive.
Oh,
for some
Manticore
reason.
just got
Like, the
blapped.
Kieran's doing. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
all the small
actually
shit is
blapped.
getting cleaned
Wow.
up now. They should have started cleaning up that way earlier. Like they survived way longer than I expected. I assume that the next Zork is like Sharko is going to be next.
I'm kind of surprised that
The Slipner is actually free. Howling is running. This might be enough for him to survive. Broadsword actually the Munin has the Panther, the TikTok tackled. And they're swapping to the. They're not swapping to the Stork. They're swapping to the Bassi, which is the right call here. And the Bassi is actually getting pounded. They can kill it before the Slipner goes down, which they probably can. They should be able to like just grind down the Panthers.
yeah, I can't see.
Am I
I can't see
am I
Volta winning this.
misremembering? Am I misremembering? Don't Black Ops have like the worst sensor strength, or is that Marauders?
Lock range. You have to verse lock range, but they have reasonable sensor strength. Marauders,
Marauders
yeah.
have very poor
Um,
sensor strength.
Yeah, I know Marauders do. I thought maybe Black Ops did too.
Black Ops have incredibly shitty lock range, like really shitty. Okay, the Bassie's dead, so now they need to clear this Manticore. The Manticore should not be alive here. And actually, no, they're going for a Panther. That works too.
Yeah, all 3 Panthers are now back on that Sleipnir, so he should die soon. But he's doing
Yeah,
great, and all
Slipner's
those ECM
still
drones are running him.
untackled. He's still untackled. Actually, he's slowing down now for some reason.
He's being like
Manticore just
super
dropped.
muted.
I kind of feel like Volta have given up
Manti
here.
just got instantly
The team's just collapsing.
It's like we just want 1 kill. Just give us 1 ship.
Panther is actually seeing, but they probably can kill the Slipner, but after that it's over.
I feel like
Hey,
these
they
Panthers
got
not
a kill.
having a smart bomb is the death of them. I think not having a single smart bomb on these Panthers is going to be the death of them. Because there's so many ECM drones, it's just been like constantly probably
Yeah.
jamming their cycles every once in a while.
At least one
And-
Panther should have a smart bomb.
And here's the fun thing that I learned a while back, right? If let's say you're trying to lock a malediction in one of your battleships, a Hornet will actually re-jam you faster than you can lock in the first place. Like
Yeah,
it takes
I
20
mean,
seconds
it's-
before they can jam again, right? So it's 20 seconds between jam cycles. Except that you take
Additionally-
21 seconds to lock a malediction.
Additionally, it's Volta, right? So ECM is definitely like 10
Extra
times more
effective.
effective.
Oh no!
Do you want to explain the
happened
do you want to
again.
explain the context of that joke?
Yeah, there's a history of Volta getting fucked by ECM.
yeah,
Let's put it that way.
they've been knocked out of
Yeah.
several Alliance tournaments due to ECM comps, I think. So,
It's universal karma balancing them out.
yeah,
Oof. Oof.
TikTok here still taking some damage, but he's still shield boosting.
Is Annie actually captaining or is Starfleet captaining Volta?
I think it's usually a joint effort. I think. I don't actually know who's on the sheet off the top of my head, but I know that they're both involved in leadership. So
Yeah, so yeah, Annie getting now killed here as well. Yeah, nice win for Flykiller.
I mean, also,
like,
we're
it
talking
wasn't
about how the
perfectly flowed.
Hugin and Broadsword weren't that good, right? But yeah, I think the Hugin was actually screening those Panthers quite a lot. and the broadsword was always there for extra DPS and a long scram.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, Hugin worked well for sure.
I
but what about
mean,
the broadsword?
They definitely worked well because they won in the end, but I think they could have done a better
Yeah.
job screening.
It's like, you can't
Slipner
really
did not-
say they did it wrong when they won. But at the same time, it's like, but this might not have been the best idea.
I think that was
Yeah, I mean-
Weekend Warriors' 7th win in Opens and 10th match, so they got a pretty good win record. They really impressed me. They've showed up every week and they've brought quite a wide variety of setups. They seem pretty organised. I'm quite impressed with them this year.
Yeah, it's not a bad comp. And yeah, surprisingly, it wasn't perfectly executed, but it wasn't too bad as well. Like, Flykiller is a hard comp to fly, especially if you get rushed by 3 Panthers and some support.
Curious what the speed on the Panther is heated because they caught him fast. To be honest.
From using them in TQ, they can go about 2k a second. They're pretty quick.
Is that with
Also-
wing and implants?
Potentially,
Not really,
but
no.
I
Yeah,
mean,
now.
with the T2 fit, you could probably get 1.6, 1.7 out of it quite easily. Also, the ECM drones in one of the arenas are auto-aggressing me. Deep joy.
So it's pretty cool. So we walked over to the other arena, and it looks like we've got the teams arriving already. So it's much smoother this Saturday, which is pretty cool. So we've
Also,
got
while we're here talking about the speed on that Panther, I just put it as a regular TT Mic warp drive, nothing else. 1.8k heated.
ooh,
That's bloody fast.
But before links?
Before anything. That's just a
Yeah,
TT Mic warp drive
so
and
it's
nothing
actually quicker than Slipner, so...
else. Yeah, so that actually makes sense. No wonder they caught them so easily.
okay.
I thought the
yeah.
Selector should have outrun them, but nah.
We have Leshaks.
We've got double Leshak, triple Wolf, Oneris, double Sweeper, Ponty, and Magus. That's not a bad comp. Not a bad comp at all. Wolf is an interesting choice, but I guess it does do a reasonable amount of damage and has like nice tank. And we've got our weird EOS Hyperion Oneris Underman comp on the other side from Slice.
This is kind of weird, right? Because for the for that Oneris Blackbird team, this feels like the same thing again, just with Minmatar instead of Galente. Instead of versing Hecates and Tyrannuses, now versing Wolves and Sweeples.
Yeah, but now they actually face 2 Leshaks instead of 2 Windies, and actually they had a Nastardi on the other end, so 2 Windies and a Nastardi, right? And here's just 2 Leshaks. But triple Wolf is much more scary than Tyrannuses, and double Swipple, I'd say, is also more scary than Hecate's.
The
I don't know about Ripples, I wouldn't agree, but I do agree with the Wolves. Like, they had the potential to be a lot more scary.
Lexi, were you commentating that week when we saw a couple of Leshak comps and they just dominated? I can't remember.
Don't think I was.
No, okay. We've seen Leshaks in opens and they have been pretty strong. They just are just a fantastic
Triangles are OP.
all-round ship, basically.
It's because triangles are OP.
Well, yeah, this is true. They recently got
Both in engineering
buffed,
and
didn't
in
they?
Eve.
As opposed to nerfed. I was kind of like, I saw a blog like changes to Dragavian ships, and I'm like, yay, they're gonna get nerfed. Oh wait, no, not really.
I think it's a
The
slight,
nerfs meant
slight
the
velocity nerf.
Yeah. The nerfs meant less than a piss in a lake. And the buffs were like, why?
The Draga got buffed, didn't it? Might see
Yeah,
that
it's
more.
like,
Yeah,
why? I
it's-
already used that thing. It's good.
The Vedmak had a slight roll change, but very, very little in terms of a buff.
CCP, if you're there, fucking nerf the Drek,
Yeah,
god damn
matches
it.
going on.
Okay, we're like, let's see what's going on here. EOSs are burning into Leshaks. That is a very, very questionable choice.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Are they
That's not
monster
actually
EOSs?
something you want to do at all. Meanwhile, the tackle, like the Wolves, are trying to go around the EOSs.
So, the
It's
EOSs
okay.
have no guns fitted at all.
Okay. Newts. Maybe they're very
Yeah,
tanky. You can
if
be
they're
very
all
tanky
nuked.
these days. And if they're just
And if they're all newt fit, think about it, if that's 3 newt EOSs plus their Hyperion, which might have one as well, they could just turn off one of these Leshaks entirely or ruin its spool. So it
I think
seems
they're-
suicidal, but it could theoretically work.
They're going after the Oneris. Actually, they're going after the BNI. Why?
Because we can kill it.
possibly.
They're also
That
way
does
out
seem
of
like
range
an
of their
odd.
Lachi.
Does seem like an
Nah,
odd.
they're
choice.
they're swapping to the Nearest now. Okay,
Yeah,
that's just
and Nearest is
one
taking
Wolf
quite a lot of damage
that
there.
got lost.
Bunch of Reptons on them.
That Blackbird, if it's all a Marjam effect, that might actually be useful against
Meanwhile,
these
they're
Leshaks.
losing their first wolf almost because it just got too far away from the Logi. The Rhaenyra's is trying to run around and save this wolf, but I think it's too late.
Yeah, I think the wolves
Eos is-
went into screen, but they didn't really need to go that far back, I don't think.
What are the Leshak shooting? There's no applied DPS anywhere here.
I don't really know.
Maybe the Blackbirds are turning him off.
Let's zoom in a bit.
I mean, if you're going to counter Triangle Boys, right, you want Newts and you want ECM. As long as you break that gun cycle,
Yeah.
you're probably going to win the fight.
And there is-
Nero's down.
There is a
Nero-
ton of
Nero- Nero's down.
newts on those Leshaks as well, so I think you're right. There is a lot of newting going on there. Plus the Blackbird, who's probably jamming them to reset their cycles.
And here's the
Yes,
thing, like,
indeed.
those Leshaks just lost their Logi.
Yeah.
This is pretty
That's a
solid
big
execution by Slice, I think.
That's,
Yeah,
like,
that's a
very
big
well
change.
played.
For an undermanned team, they're doing really, really well.
I
with
think the
this comp.
Rhaenyra's
Maybe
So
that's the
what?
meta this year, undermanned setups. No support, just all
Triple
big
down
ships.
too. Wow, they're ripping apart the support, and now they can start pounding those Leshaks almost like freely.
The
The
Leshaks
Leshaks
who
are
are
doing
pretty
anything.
disabled.
They're shooting the Blackbird now, but they're not able to kill it. Like, one of them is shooting the... What's the other thing here? It's the VNI. And why? Completely,
shoot a
like,
VNI?
that's
It's
completely
just
all over the
suicide.
place.
That's something as well that's been changed since the last AT. Is that VNIs are just disgustingly good now for tackle.
They
Yeah,
have
the-
they're gunboats now, right? As opposed to drone boats.
Yeah. Also, they got a rep bonus too, so they're self-rep essentially with a Tech 2 and a regular Ancil, sorry.
Mhm.
They can tank 1k DPS,
Oh wow.
and that's just with a full T2 setup. Like that's nothing fancy. I think that's with drugs though. So
That's pretty solid.
yeah, that's before Logi. Like they had the Logi that these VNIs are gonna be real like good tackle boats, and also their DPS. Like they got tracking blasters plus drones. You can rip apart small ships, as I think you're seeing right now.
Yeah,
Watching
although
this VNI just having a field day.
I think it's taking a while to switch out the drones and stuff and see damage now on the Wolf, the Svipple, Pontifex.
Just going bottom up, clear the small stuff, and then commit to the Leshaks later. Well, I think that Eosos are probably needing them.
They've been using the VNI to kind of like protect their Blackbird and their Oneirus from anything that's trying to kill it. Like all the wolves that went there and charged in, the VNI's just been picking them off one by one. You see, another one just went down.
I'm just surprised how these Leshaks just don't seem to have done a lot. They are shooting now. The Blackbird is taking a pounding, and he is low armor. He's getting full reps from the Oneirus by the looks of it, so he might be able to stay alive. But as the damage ramps up, I think he won't
Almost
be able
perfect.
to.
Almost perfect counter comp, I think.
Only
to be honest.
one Leshak shooting the Blackbird though, and
The other one
Go-
is as
I
well. I
don't
think
know if
there's a
they're
graphical bug because the laser keeps switching between the EOS and the Blackbird. So I don't know.
yeah, because Eos is not actually taking any damage. So
I think like they've kind of like stumbled upon like the perfect comp to just ruin Triangle's days between ECM and Newts. It's
I don't
just,
think the
like,
Eos actually
can't
have
hurt.
any newts because if you look at like there, at least there's no effects
There-
going
there-
on.
There's definitely effects going on, I'm afraid.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, not at
that's-
the moment. Maybe they're chasing them down.
Yeah, like they call back up to them and see if they turn them on.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I see them now. Yeah,
I
so
see
they're
them
going to be
using
mid,
tactical
small,
paper.
well, probably not,
Yeah.
probably medium newts, right? So they're quite short range. What,
Yeah.
like 10k, something like that? I can't remember.
Could be just
8K,
small
I
and
think.
medium, to be honest.
VNI also has newts, so there is a reasonable amount of newts on the Leshaks, yeah.
So it's two Leshaks versus essentially the entire comp still. I think it actually is the entire
Okay,
comp. I don't
apparently-
think it's a single ship.
Yeah.
Apparently they killed their own Logi. That kind of explains something.
Is he in local?
Yeah.
it's
Sword on my
cool
own
that-
goddamn Logi.
I mean, with these
Wow.
Leshaks, when you're running them on TQ, there's a good chance that you're actually going to be spooling your reps on your friends. So it's very easy to actually mistakenly spool with your gun on them as well.
Oh, you mean, well, they couldn't use remote reps in
Yeah,
this
look
tournament.
at
Not
the
here,
Oneirus
but
kill
on
highlights.
TQ.
on
they used
TQ, yeah.
to.
Yeah.
The Oneirus actually got like 42% damage by
Oh.
one Leshak and
Oh,
20%
yeah.
Oh,
by
no.
another Leshak, so
What happened there?
yeah, this
That's
this
not.
explains.
Ow.
Yeah, look, there's no excuse though, because also the other Leshak got 19%
18.
of the damage as well.
What on earth happened there? I have no idea.
I got confused by the two Oneirus at the center or something. I don't get that.
And the Slice team did barely any damage to them. Okay, well, I guess they just
You
wanted
know,
Slice
they
to
look
have
like
some
it.
plex. I'm not going to call collusion just yet, but
Only I'm curious about it. The Blackbird was actually on the Oneirus kill, so he was just jamming the Oneirus as well. I'm curious if he was jamming the Oneirus and the Leshaks or just the Oneirus at that time. curious if he was spreading his jams or if he was like focusing down the Oneros before it
Like
died.
this is an Oneros with a remote tracking computer, which is very rare to see in the AT or anywhere, I guess, except for incursions. And apparently, he actually remote TC'd the Leshek that was killing him. This is pretty good.
Nice. Some elite level plays here, guys. It's been a fun match to watch
There you go.
anyway.
Said in local. Not local, sorry, in Twitch chat what he was doing. It's actually him. I don't know.
What was he saying? I was jamming
He
both.
said he was jamming with Jack and the Oneros.
Well, this is why you practice, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a F. That fucking big F.
All right. Well, well done, Slice. You win the match, and we'll walk over to the Sandlot for Abandoned Park versus Warlords.
A rematch here this time.
Hmm.
This time Dexter didn't go with the meme sense. He just went full on Rattlesnake Hawk Claimer.
Okay. ABA have
Um,
switched as well.
Yeah. What do ABA with the Nighthawks. Interesting. They got buffed as well, so it's gonna be very interesting how this one turns out.
Still Kinlock 3.
I gotta say, I've always liked the Drake model just because I started the game around 2009, and that's when like everyone flew Drakes, and they did for about and so like I remember being low sec as a noob, mining in a belt, and along came a battle cruiser and killed me, and I just remember sitting there in a pod going, that thing looks so cool. And ever since then, I've always had an affinity for the Drake model. So I really was happy to see that Nighthawks got buffed because now I actually have an excuse to fly one because they were terrible before.
You're a terrible human being. You should feel ashamed.
What? What?
Back in the day, the Drake was the thing. The first ship you ever wanted to get into, mission running, ratting, whatever it was the Drake.
It was the Ishtar of its day.
Absolutely, yeah. I remember just having fleet after fleet where there was just Drakes being piled on Drakes.
Is it weird that I actually missed those days? Because at least like stuff like fire was actually a thing, so it wasn't just like, oh hey, I'm being shot and I can't stop it.
I don't know. They did die to a lot of abandons, didn't they? I think it was when Pandemic Legion.
Artie Baddens, baby. Artie Baddens.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Anyway, back to tournament. Sorry.
But they're still warming in.
Are,
so we
are
can
those rocket jackdaws? Is they're actually going in at 0? This looks like
I
rockets to
don't
me.
think
Seems unlikely, doesn't it? Oh, there's some warping out, warping back in again. Maybe someone made some mistake here.
Would not
Yeah.
appear to be.
Well, whilst we're waiting for teams to sort themselves out in the field, Tales from the Graveyard Shift. Last time I had ECM drone shooting me. This time I've had Curator shooting my untanked battleship. Not fun.
Are these unconnected drones just shooting you?
I think it's people that haven't left the grid yet, so they're just auto-aggressing me, which is absolutely fine. You expect drones to do that. But yeah, it's not amusing when you have 0 tank on your battleship.
Oh, it's my arch nemesis, Prada. How do you say his name? Prada.
I don't know. Purda, yeah.
So, like, I used to do a lot of stuff in Dronelands where I used to just mess around and force fights with renters and locals with Intosis Warfare, and I'd often be Intosising on my own with an op and do multiple systems because it was quiet up there. And if you look up his kill board, he almost exclusively goes to regions and Eve where there's Entosis timers and basically picks on Entosises. He's got like a whole variety of fittings designed specifically to kill Entosis ships, and he gets tons of kills. Interesting character. He's one of those people in Eve that has a specific type of gameplay and is really good at it. And yeah, interesting guy. Look up his kill board.
Yeah, he's also a really great guy. Been in co-op with him for a long time before I joined Shiva. So
Cool.
this seems to be heavy missile Nighthawks.
kind of merge with the light missile and rapid light spam from everything else, I guess.
Yeah, definitely heavy missile. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Ham Claymores, which is the more reasonable choice, I would say.
I think ABA are using a setup that is either the same as or very similar to one that Long Spartan, what's his team? Templis' team was using it last week quite successfully. So interesting to see how they do.
Last Spartan, not Long Spartan.
Did I say Long Spartan? I apologize if you're watching the stream.
Yeah, I mean the range in heavy missile Nighthawks isn't that good because they don't actually get a missile bonus. Can be
Velocity
interesting.
bonus.
But they lost the low slots to actually put the guidance enhancers in.
I think I probably put a rig in for it. Nothing else.
I
Just
mean,
throw
they
some
probably
rig
need to, right? It's just 63 km with faction, which is not a lot, right? It's not enough to reach that simi there.
No, but the rest of his comp is also light missiles, so they kind of roughly around the same, isn't it? And that's kind of what you want.
The one thing I find funny
Yeah.
is everything else in their comp is reasonably fast. You have like, Caracals and Jackdaws which can go good speeds, and so they'll spray Navy. But you've got these badass Nighthawks flying with them.
I think this is a good.
Are they going
Sorry, cutting up. I think it's a good example of like you can tell the difference in experience. They've got similar setups, and instantly off the bat you see Warlords kind of all their light support kind of curls around and starts moving and gets velocity up in a very kind of like you can tell they probably are manual piloting. Whereas ABA are kind of much more grouped up, and their pilots are just a little bit unsure about what they should do. They're obviously following a plan, and they're not being terrible. Let me get it straight, but you can just see how well executed Warlords is piloting there.
They're getting pushed towards the edge now. I'm not sure where the damage currently is.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage. There is Casper's taking some damage, and Leo in the Claymore looks like he's primary from the ABA team. On the other side, the Nighthawk of THARE is
That's actually
Thane
completely shit on here.
yeah, so he's taking a lot of damage as well.
It's 2 Ham Claymores and the Rattlesnake shooting it. This is a lot of damage.
I think the Scimitar might have gone a little bit too far away as well, so he's not getting his full reps on that Nighthawk, which really, really needs them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Caracals
a
at
little
117
too right
kilometers,
here.
right out there.
He might be in range, sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Simi's in range, but he might be in fall off there. Yeah, 40. Nah, it should be fine-ish. It's just a lot of damage on the Nighthawk. Meanwhile,
Ooh,
the
Jackdaw
Jackdaw
just got
just,
deleted.
Being killed.
That was perfect right there. Like they were obviously pressuring the Scimitar and the Nighthawk. Like,
Yeah,
making him,
he can barely keep the Nighthawk up, but he cannot keep the Jackdaws up as well. Perda now actually getting killed. Sad.
that's honestly like perfect calling there because you're like, okay, well these guys now focus entirely on the Nighthawk. We could kill it, or we could delete a lot of their support real quick.
I think
those
that's,
two triples are doing like 500 damage each, and it's actually a lot just on the Jackdaw. Not sure if it would have been better to keep them on the Nighthawk too, just to kill it. But yeah, it seems to be working out here.
I'm kind of surprised how well this.
Good ship. The Nighthawk's a good ship, but the DPS is not that great. Like it's good, but it's nowhere like comparative. It takes a lot more to kill them. To
Wait, the
just
Simi
destroy
is
them.
actually... The Simi is right in there. Like, Lincoln
Yeah.
the Simi, he fucked up really badly. He pretty much approached that Nighthawk, and now they're just taking his free kill.
I hope he wasn't listening to the stream.
That's right, I'm happy calling out.
He's
because
gonna blame
sometimes
Bait.
I
Bait said I was too far
think-
away, so I hit approach. He's gone now. Leo has been the primary the whole time on the Warlords team, and it looks like he's out of charges now. He is slowly dropping shield, but I know he's only just a boost. He did just boost there, so he's got charges left. He's taking a lot of punishment.
My bet is going to tank at this point. They've lost a bunch of small stuff, which might be the DPS they needed. Like
It's a
Jackdaw, like
Claymore,
volleys,
too.
is not inconsequential.
Claymores aren't really known for being squishy ships at all.
Come on,
Oh.
ABA. I really want ABA to get a kill here. Come on.
I don't think it will happen. Both Jackdaws are dead. Actually, Jack the Nighthawk, so now it's just clear up time, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. Like this Caracal, surely they'd be RLML fit. I would have thought they'd been deleting small stuff like Hawks and Swipples, but instead I guess they're still trying to primary the big stuff.
So
I'm not
I think they're
sure,
right. Yeah.
but it's not really easy to delete small stuff with a Simian field.
yeah,
Like
Rapid
Swipples
Lats
or
can, to be honest. Like nothing else can really pressure like Rapid Lats can when it comes
Yeah.
to deleting small stuff.
Faith haven't got in the Hawk now. He's in armor. Looks like Lucas is sleeping there. Either that or Faith isn't called out that he's getting shot. I'm not sure, but oh no, yeah.
it's a pain.
Lucas caught
you
him
got
in.
the
Lucas
rep-
caught him
some-
in 8% hull. So
Maybe he heard you call out the name and he's just giving them that advantage.
so both the Nighthawks down. Caracal's in half shield. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is going to be a slow chew through Devlin's Scorpion Navy issue to the end here.
What went wrong there, do you think, for the ABA's team?
I don't know. Like
Brought Nighthawk.
Do you think it was the positioning? I'm wondering if they went back to that beacon, top right, and whether they were hoping to MJD or just kite away, and if they got caught.
they didn't. I don't think. I think going on the Claymore was probably not the best. Like I get shooting the Claymore at the beginning to just kind of kick things off. Like it's a big target, everyone can hit it, apply some damage, get things moving. But then they stayed committed to that Claymore the whole time, and he was clearly tanking just great. And I think they should have switched to the enemy logistics ship if they were going to have any chance of winning.
I kind of feel like two problems here. First, they brought Nighthawks. They've gotten better, but they're still pretty freaking shit. And they were heavy missile fits. They were forced to shoot big stuff.
Mhm.
They brought Caracals and Jackdaws. You should just be deleting small stuff just quickly without even caring. But most of their entire support wing is still here.
Did you say?
Yes.
Did you say that's the Claymores at Ham, right?
The Claymores were Ham, yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty much like they pretty much have a mini rush with Claymores instead of Slupners here, and Rattlesnake. Like it's similar to the old, I think Lumpy coined that Scorpion Navy double Slupner comp.
Yeah.
Like it's a very strong concept, I think, especially with the heavy tackle wing there. And I think like even had ABA gone for tackle, they would have just lost that match. There was no way they could win.
Yeah, they deleted no DPS. They got like caught and taken apart. Like they need to remove the small stuff first, and then we'll focus on these really big, heavy boats, and try to outrun the Claymores because they got limited range from hams.
The Claymore is like the fastest command ship, I think. So it's gonna be.
Well, it's not a particularly easy
very-
job for sure, but you brought Nighthawks. You kind of kneecapped yourself right at the start there. They're not fast.
Shout out today to Kay Hazard, who is a pilot. I think he's associated with Fraternity, but he does a bunch of PvP and stuff. He's actually streaming today. If you speak Chinese and you want to watch, he's actually streaming. I haven't heard it yet, but he's streaming on the Chinese website, which I'll put in chat if you're curious. Go there, give him some support. If you do speak Chinese, that'd be really cool. He's hopefully going to be doing the broadcast for the main tournament in Chinese as well. It's pretty cool. I like having different languages represented. I think it's cool. The more people involved in tournament play, the better.
Absolutely.
So we got Volta and Weekend Warriors. So this rematch.
This is interesting. I'm liking. Look at this one.
Yeah, Volta with the. I think I just mentioned it like 2 minutes before with the SNI double Slupner comp, and here we actually see it. Yeah.
That being said, on the other side, you've got double bomber as well. So this is gonna be interesting. A triple bomber, no double. Never mind, it's double. This is gonna be interesting. I want to see how this goes. It's looking good.
I really liked Volta comp here. Not sure about the Gila, honestly, but everything else, it's fairly well rounded. Double Slupners, SNI, triple Jackdaws. Could have been Caracals, I guess, but yeah, for some reason they've been with Jackdaws.
So
It's right with Bellicose though. What in the fuck?
there's not like a bad ship on Volta's comp, which is what I like. Like all of those are legit good tournament ships, right? There's not a
Not a Bellicose, you mean?
I like it. It's good. I like. What would you brought instead of the healer though? Healer.
It's hard to say. I don't have the points in my head, so I'm not sure how many points a Gila is. But yeah, Serb or
Should
something
be 10,
like that.
10 points.
Yeah, then like make that a Serb and swap one of the Mantis to a Scepter or so. But maybe the Gila's fine here. Like it fits in the comp point wise.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe that's all it takes.
So not many other battleships tonight. Oh, there have been some. I'm not. But there's been a lot of Shield as well. It'd be interesting to see if this kind of. I know we have a discussion every week about is the Opens representative of the actual meta that teams are training with behind closed doors, and probably not. It'll probably just bring things that they want to have fun with and practice flying. But equally, there's 100 plex on the line for each win, so they bring pretty all-round good comps. And I like seeing all these command ships and shield setups. I hope that they are relevant in the tournament after the Armor completely dominated the last Alliance tournament.
Just to say something funny as well. You remember the person early in this match, Shexy, who did the Leshak killing his own teammate? He's been given a ship with 2 medium drones worth of DPS. Yeah, that's when you know you've been downgraded. Like, nope, you're not allowed DPS anymore, sir.
Both flash hacks actually shot the Anira, so...
Yeah, I know, right? So what's the other guy flying now? Is he flying a rookie ship?
Interesting here from Weekend Warriors, they went with the opposite setup of 2 Scorpion Navy, 1 command ship instead of 1 SNI and 2 command ships, so it's gonna be interesting how that turns out.
That's a lot of SNI on this grid.
Yeah, I mean, SNI
That's
is
a lot.
amazing ship.
Shout out to the teams, by the way, getting ready as quickly as they have done. I think we've had a bunch of matches already, which is pretty cool.
Like 5 or 6, I think.
Is they actually counting out how many plex he's giving away?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
looking at
the
this
problem?
going, oh, that's 800 plex already. Oof. We need to look for some more sponsors. 600, whatever. Okay, and the match is underway.
Anyway. There's a lot of Evo coming from the Jackdaw, I think. Jackdaws, I think. Yeah, this looks like... Oh, TDs? Probably Guidance Disruptors then?
Both teams taking a cautionary approach to this match, I think.
Volta isn't. Volta's burning in.
Oh yeah, they've moved around now. So one of the Volta Sleipnirs is primary, Charco,
Yeah, let's see if he
and
pulls back or if he keeps committing.
they are shooting the Scorpion Navy issue of Ryan.
Harpy of Jack is meanwhile trying to sneak in the backline of Volta. Same with the Caracal and the other Harpy.
Look at that, it's pretty cool.
Tick just
There's 2
took
Jackdaws there, he's
huge
got to be taken out.
damage. Like, TikTok's almost dead in this Sleipnir. He's barely holding up. He's turning around now. If they can tackle Tick now, he's probably gonna die. But I think they're too slow on the tackle.
They don't really have anything around chasing.
I was watching that's a Harpy where Jack trying to get to that backline and chase one of the Manticores down. There was 2 Jackdaws around that weren't shooting him. I think he just decided to go back to his team on his own.
Yeah,
to be
might
honest. He
be.
didn't get shot at.
Might have been the correct choice though.
Yeah, now he's getting
Title
shot.
didn't
He wasn't
matter.
getting shot at all when he was doing that. I was like, why is this Harpy right between 2 Jackdaws and not being shot? He is now.
What do we think about Weekend Warriors' position right now? They're kind of just staying clumped together.
I mean, both teams are positioned pretty well, actually. They've kind of like... you could draw a line down the middle between the teams, and they both like got a side, and they're just kind of like jostling around each other, waiting for the other one to commit. As the Volta do look like they're burning in now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
just-
they're,
something's going
the Caracal and the Harpy of Weekend Warriors are taking damage probably from the smaller stuff.
Yep.
Let's see what the Sleipnir actually catches. Are they going for the Nighthawk here?
Don't know. It looks like they're still putting
No, they're
DPS
not-
onto the Scorpion.
going.
I think he was trying to go for the scimitar. It looks like what he's aiming for.
Trying to push
He's
him
obviously
back.
not going to get it.
Yeah, they could be just moving
Yeah,
around the
maybe they're
side to push the Scimitar back so they can get more damage onto the Scorpion Navy issue with their bombers and stuff.
Charco and the Sleipnir is entering hole now. He's
Ooh.
boosting.
Yeah.
I think he's actually gonna die here. Yeah, he got tackled now. Nighthawk is on top of him, doing like 1.1k DPS, so he might be out of charges and he's dead.
Wow.
Meanwhile, this SNI is low but still alive, so this is a really bad trade for Volta here.
Harpy's entering armor now. Might just die.
Yeah, but he's still getting... Yeah, he's dead.
He's gone.
Okay.
Cable Eats and the Scimitar taking damage there by quite a lot of damage there from presumably all these light missiles and the Scorpion.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, that Kinlock
TikTok as
from
well.
the,
Like, this is actually the mistake by Weekend Warriors. They're damaging the Simi and the Sleipnir. They should have just
Ooh.
either... Like, actually, no, never mind. They're just
TikTok
killing
taking
both.
tons of damage though. I'm presuming the
think
shield
Cable-
links were on the other guy then.
There's no bots on him either, so it's just
Harpy
his
dead.
XL. It's a
Just I
mid-up,
think
but-
Cable just wasn't paying attention to TikTok because he was dying himself. So now he actually is trying to keep Tick alive, which is working okay-ish. But once Tick is out of charges, he's just gonna die, and I think this is gonna happen before the SNI actually dies.
Mhm.
SNI actually fits Smart Bomb, so they're actually clearing the drones here. Very, very smart.
A note here that we almost always see Starfleet Commander, the leader of Volta, in a Scimitar, but presumably he's busy tonight with other things. So yeah, interesting to see another pilot take over that role in Volta.
Tick
Scorpion Navy issue,
Tick-
half armor.
Yeah, Tick got free and is now applying from a safe distance. So they kind of wasted their DPS there. Meanwhile, Howling Wind apparently got tackled. He's not tackled, but he's just sitting there, eating damage as well.
I think he's
Interesting thing as
okay.
well, the dual Scorpion Navies are both rapid heavies, but the singular Scorpion Navy is actually crew, so there'll be no break in that DPS that keeps on pounding. that score.
Okay, the Rapid Heavy Scorpion Navy is actually like it's a bad choice, I think, but makes sense like how the match is going now. Okay,
So-
Cable now eating shit and dying here. They
Yeah,
can
I was talking
kill.
earlier about the Nighthawk not being the best in
but
terms of
it's
the
so-
Kinlock.
he must be out of charges soon, surely.
Is it going to be a
Kind of.
scimitar trade at this point? Though?
Do you think
but
he
they're not
do you think he reloaded during the time that he wasn't being shot?
Maybe.
was a pretty risky
but he's
move.
also broken free from the Nighthawk, and meanwhile the SNIs just wasted their Rapid Heavies. Like this explains why they're actually losing here. The SNIs, the Rapid Heavy is just a bad choice on the SNI in that situation.
He's gone.
Okay, and SNI is dead, and Howling Wind in the Simi is also almost dead.
Looks like it's toppling into Volta's favour for sure.
Oh yeah, once one of those rapid heavy SNIs got deleted, that's just going to start pushing the entire thing over. They couldn't break it before, they can't break it now. Oh yes, look at that scimitar just being ruined.
Yeah, Caracal also going down.
I think now is probably a good time to shout out that the sponsor of this week's stream is actually Cable Utah. And so he donated some Plex towards the prize pool here. He's pretty, let's say, wealthy player. This was very kind of him. Here to donate some Plex for the winners. If anyone else wants to donate some Plex, you can I'll put your name on the stream, give you some shout outs. If you've got a video or trailer you want us to show, Alliance Recruitment or some sort of web service you've got that you want to plug, then get in touch with me. Be more than happy to promote your stuff if you want to donate some Plex towards the prize pool here.
One of the bombers got killed. I like it. Only now at the end of the match, one of the bombers just got blapped.
TikTok low shield again. Don't think that makes a difference at this point.
Yeah, they killed the Nighthawk, so it's GG.
Yeah.
I was saying before, like that Nighthawk, I don't really like the fact that it's kinlocked, but against Sleipnirs, it's actually not that bad because that's probably the right thing to shoot into them.
I mean, it's kinlock, but it also does 1.1k DPS unheated. Like you can be damage locked for that amount of DPS. It's no problem, right? It's absurd.
It was like that DPS when it was heated, not unheated. I have to double check.
I'm pretty sure it's unheated. Yeah, it's unheated.
Wow. You have to give me that fit someday. I want to fly that.
It's 1300 heated.
Just pass that here so I can buy 10 in Cheetah, please.
Volta just mopping up the grid here, taking down Flip Frags and the Scorpion Navy issue.
Yeah, very good match actually.
Yeah.
That was nice back and forth. It was fun to watch.
There was a couple of
And,
couple of points there where it could have gone either way. In your mind, what point did Weekend Warriors make the crucial mistake that meant that it swung in Volta's favour? Was it split damage on the scimitar?
Yeah, split damage on the Sleipnir and the Simi, because would they have like focused the rapid heavy Scorpions and their small shit on the Sleipnir, Tick probably would have died. But this way they actually like almost killed a Simi and almost killed a Sleipnir, but like killed neither.
Yeah.
And I say almost killed
Exactly.
a Simi,
Once they
but
split off that
Sleipnir-
slap, it was done.
Yeah.
Once they split off that slap, it was done. They had a Nighthawk on the slap just pounding it with kinetic, and I guess they decided to switch because they caught the Simi or something, and that was just the end right there. They need to get rid of that slap. With the slap gone, they would have a lot of DPS removed, and then they go for the Simi or go for something else. They showed they were able to kill the Manticore later on. They were able to just blap off the field, so maybe they should have killed them earlier.
Yeah.
Also, I love how irrelevant this Bellicose is. It's the last thing left alive. Because no
I
one
mean-
cares. It's a Bellicose.
The Bellicose is probably the reason why the Simi actually got so low, just because of the pains. But this could have been like a hyena is more expensive than a Bellicose, right? Bellicose is just 4 points. That's like bonus pains for 4 points. It's not the worst, I'd say.
I think is it a disruption cruiser? So that'd be 5 points. But
Yeah, it comes across the same points.
Wait, disruption cruisers are actually different points than Tech 1 cruisers? Okay, then
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, then that should have been a hyena.
I like what Calliope said in chat. The one thing Bellicose does better than a hyena is take damage.
Yeah, true.
That's about it. You ain't wrong, mate. You ain't wrong.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and sticking with us. If you've been here for a while, it's pretty cool. Appreciate all the follows we've got in as well. I don't have like a thing that pings up saying thank you for the follow because I feel it distracts from the stream a little bit, but I do appreciate it all. Yeah, it looks like we've got next 2 teams on grid. We've got Warlords versus No Vacancies. So I don't think these guys have fought each other yet tonight.
We've got the Warlords with their previous comp, Double Flamer, Rattlesnake, so a very strong comp in my opinion. And on the other hand, we've got the Triple Raven, which is very interesting with a Basilisk. Okay. Let's see if those are Cruise or Rapid Heavies. They appear to be Cruise Fit.
Warlords are the same setup as they brought before, I think.
Okay, so those are Cruise Ravens, so makes sense.
Mhm.
We're starting to see a lot more.
Bellicose.
Sorry, guys. Starting to see a lot more of these triple battleship setups appearing on a more regular basis now.
Yeah.
Is this the first EdenCon ship we've seen tonight, however, in the
I think-
Skybreaker?
Yeah. I think so. We saw a few last week. It's particularly the Skybreaker. I think it's as 1-point tackle ship. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's not just solid, it's on shield ridiculously OP in my opinion. Because you're paying like 1 point for pretty much a better scepter. And we've got 5 seconds.
Is there any downside to it, do you think?
At 1 point? No, not really.
Do you even fit the weapon?
I guess you
Or
can.
just put the power grid into more
Like,
tank?
I didn't try fitting one too hard, but yeah, you
Ooh.
can probably fit a NOS or a weapon. Oh, and
Warlords
yeah,
are
Warlords
rushing
charging it like
really
crazy.
hard. Yeah.
They caught them before here Novak actually moved.
How fast do you
It's
think
just-
this Basilisk is
this
going to
is-
die? Let's all take bets. It's the nearest. Are they going for the
This is a
Bazzi? Yeah, they're going for the
Raven
Bazzi.
here. The Baz is gonna be dead very soon. He's taking less damage than I expected. That's because the Swiftboots, they just turned their MWDs off, and here come the Hawks as well. And as soon as the Claymores actually catch up, this Bassi is gonna take a lot of damage.
Okay, so we see damage
Just
going
being
on
drowned
to...
in weapon range.
Yeah, we see damage going on to the Scimitar. Presumably that's the Rapid Heavies from the Ravens.
The Cruises.
Cruisers.
the
Oh,
Cruisers.
okay, Cruisers. Okay.
I don't think they can actually do something to Simi here.
I think they probably wish they were Rapid Heavies.
Skybreaker is actually shooting the drones and shooting straight into the blob. It's not a tackle ship at this point.
Okay.
Okay, Bassi's down. Simi's still boosting.
Are they... So no vacancies are all balled up at 1 point. Have they made any attempt to move it? Do you think these are like propless? Is this some sort? Oh, this is an attempt at a
Pretty-
tinker.
Yeah, pretty sure those are Propolis Ravens, and the Bassi was also Propolis, or maybe AB fit. Probably have a cap trans from the Raven. I didn't actually watch the effects. That's my bad.
The Ravens are sitting at 0 MS right now.
Ooh, I can't.
Okay,
I
it's
can't
just
call
cool,
out how
yeah.
fast ships are dying here.
Yeah, I mean the Bellicoses are just vanishing because the paints are actually a threat to the Simi. So with the paints gone, I think the Simi can just live now. Yeah, they're just cleaning up here. This is I mean this was over from the start, but now it's just clean up duty.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like that was pretty harsh. His Wallace just piled straight on top of that Basilisk, deleted him from the.
Full on rush, delete Bassi, and then clean up. Yeah.
Do you think this Raven comp is viable against something else? Like, no, going against a rush team? Would it be more viable against, like, say, as a Tinker or something?
Now, my theory is, and I could be wrong, that the resist changes that were introduced, wait, 6 months, a year ago? I've lost track of time. But they probably make a Tinker a lot harder.
Yeah, the Bassi can't tank as much, and especially with the better close range damage, and the Ravens also don't tank too much, so you might as well just shoot the Ravens and kill one through a Bassi reps.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you don't have anything to hold stuff down and apply the cruise damage. I mean, it's triple cruise battleships, and I guess the bellicoses are doing some kind of work with the target painters. But in the end, you're just doing cruise damage at range, not perfectly applied, and like you're trying to get anything done, but you're pretty much failing all the time.
Shout
I
out,
don't
to
see-
shout out to Bombers Bar who's shown up in chat. Hello. I hope you're enjoying your feet. Sorry, interrupted you.
That's fine. It's pretty much finished. It's like it's a comp I absolutely don't see working in this meta.
Can you see an armor type? Because obviously armor generally is a little bit tankier and a bit harder to break. Essentially, with the wildcard rule, logistic ship, the Rabisu, is that how you say it?
Rubisa tinker.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know.
I mean, why not just fit a prop mod, especially in armor, because you have the slots and like you're probably not getting a better mid slot.
Hmm.
Like the prop mod is probably the best thing you can put in the mid slot, even if you don't use it, but just the possibility of having it. And yeah, I think there's not gonna be many tinkers this year.
So that was a
There has
really fast match. I was about to put like last match after the next two, but I think we could probably get a third one in as well because that was such a fast match. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, we've got warping over to the other arena. We've got a band apart, and they're going to be fighting Weekend Warriors. It's pretty cool. That was a really fast match. Yeah.
Let's see what ABA have here. They also have as a nice semi-base comp with a double Serb, Caracal, Jackdaw. Double Jackdaw actually is like a different now. Like they have a Scorpion Navy supported by Rapid Lights instead of Hams.
2 Scorpion Navies, in fact, as
Here's
the second one comes through.
okay.
So basically, it's very similar to the comp they brought in the last match of theirs. However, instead of having Nighthawks, they seem to have gone for just the Scorpion Navies.
It's probably a better choice because, yeah, a Scorpion Navy is much more versatile than a heavy missile Nighthawk. I kind of like this comp, and they're going up against an armor. I see Oracles. It's,
I think this double APOC comp is what we saw Weekend Warriors bring in their, if I remember right, their very first match back in the first Opens 4 weekends ago. And I was really impressed with it. I think it won. So I can't remember what against, but it was pretty cool. Like Apocalypses, they've got good tracking, good application. They haven't got high damage, but they play
And
really
then double
well.
Oracle to go with it too.
Yeah, which is the damage, I guess, that they need.
Apoc's pretty good damage. Like it's
Ooh.
not super amazing.
Okay, it's not. Yeah,
damage
it's
at
not.
range.
Yeah,
It's damage at range with what it's best at.
it doesn't have a damage bonus, all right? Am I imagining that?
No, just tracking an optimal range. Oh, it's Apox and not Navy Apox. That's interesting. Solution.
Price, I guess. So you get the 2 Oracles to go with it.
I mean, you're doing a lot of EM damage into a shield comp. That's not bad, but
I think also the other benefit, of course, is that you're at range, just piling damage onto targets.
Mhm.
There's no waiting for missiles to fly over. You're just doing damage then and there.
You really need. I think it maybe that setup lacks a little bit of screening or tackle because I think you need to keep things like Vindicators and stuff off
mean,
those
I do agree.
apocalypses, otherwise it falls apart really fast.
I do agree, but they put the Hugin for that, so they can web things at a good range, and then just have both the Oracles and the Armageddon just pick on that one target while it's slowed down.
but I mean, it's a shield Hugin. It has like 1 or 2 webs maximum. So
Would it be armor
Is it
fit?
shield? Is it shield? I mean, it's in an
actually
armor
never
comp.
mind. Yeah, it's an armor comp. I'm retarded. Yeah, so you've got potentially 2, 3, maybe 4 webs if they really go all in.
And a paint, they want to throw that on too, to be honest.
Probably want to paint, so yeah, probably not 4 webs.
So yeah, I mean, like that's kind of your screen there. If something's flying in, you just grab it with that and just pile the DPS. Although, fortunately, if they're doing a mass rush, that probably won't work. So I kind of agree. They need a bit more screen, but the screen they have does seem effective. We'll see.
I mean, they're up against a mass rush comp now here, so I'm like the SNIs will apply very well to the oracles and rapid lights too. So I think they can probably just delete the oracles really quickly, and then like a lot
And
of
outtrack
damage is
the
already gone.
Apox, yeah.
I think
The Apox will struggle to hit these guys when they're going sideways.
they
that's
are.
for sure.
All these lasers shooting into shield should be pretty effective, though, right?
I mean, the Apox are probably gonna track better than the Oracles, but yeah. Not
Cool.
probably they are.
Just waiting for ABA to say that they're ready. They're probably just sat there talking through a game plan. What would you be? What would your primary be if you were going to be ABA? What would you shoot first? I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's obvious.
Howling Wind, the Oracle. Just gonna call that guy out. I don't know why, but he's closest, and yeah, just go for him.
What about removing their Hugin? Like, remove those webs off the field.
I don't think so, because like while the Hugin is good for tackle, they've got so many ships it's going to try and hold down. It can't do them all, and they don't really need to get that close. Like they're not a brawling comp; they're like a mid-range sort of comp, so they don't really care. Just rip through, just kill ships, just kill the oracles fast, then maybe got
You
something else.
say that, but what are the guns on the Cerberuses here?
I mean, even hams have a pretty good range.
That's actually true, yeah.
Like it's not, it may not be 70k, but I'm pretty sure it's like 40, 50k for hams, especially on the Cerb too.
Yeah, definitely over 40. Yeah, those are hams, I think.
Yeah, I used to think the ham Cerb was a bit silly, but now like having floated in the 5v5s, it's good. I like it. It's a good comp.
I might be wrong. Let me check the Rapid Light model. Nah, those are Rapid Lights.
So match is just gone underway, and we'll find out what they are going to shoot. I guess. They're shooting Caracal. Oh, and they got it to low shield already.
Yeah, I was gonna say like my
Ooh.
call on this, I would have been the character. Really
He's
good.
gone.
There you go.
Wow!
Bleeded,
Look at the
yeah.
applications. He was
No, no,
painted
no.
and blasted by lasers.
Yeah, Jackdaw's next. Jackdaw's next. I'm liking this call. I was gonna think the same thing. But no, they're switching over to the Cerb.
Yeah, they're actually shooting Howling.
Oh, Serve just got wasted.
Yeah,
Ooh, just
this is what this comp can do. I love it.
Probably just like he just didn't press his XLASP, I guess. or something.
Second serve is also just taking a hammering.
I mean, those,
Don't they
Always
have
on
damage?
laser.
The damage assault damage controls. I would have thought that would save him surely. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
look,
think-
he's pressed it.
Yeah, probably the Oracle's kind of dying, but they're also shooting the Deacon of Drentu, which is a very bad call. You just need to focus your damage there. And a Deacon isn't gonna take any damage from Rapid Lights.
No.
It's Cerb dead now. This
things
is
like damage is
crazy.
great. I mean, I guess the tracking from those Apox really does help. Curious, do they have tracking computers as well? I think they've got tracking computers as well. I think that's what that is.
Okay,
Maybe
so
that's the SIBO effect. Can never tell.
It's not obvious to me if they have. Scorpion of Issue
Yeah,
now is up amongst it, and he's neuting these punishers, and they are putting damage onto Howling Wind.
Howling with the full holding. Meanwhile, Devlin is actually in the Scorpion Navy dying really, really crazily quick for an SNI.
Lasers
When
are
you
just
cover your
tearing
ear hole,
this.
you cover it somewhat. But when you cover your ear hole, you do cover it, but you never really like cover it like everything else. So having EM Therm against it is actually a really, really good call.
Okay, they finally killed this Oracle here, but this is way too late.
I mean, they've got the Scimitar alive, and the Scorpion Navy Issue is clawing shield back slightly. I don't know.
He's entering armor now.
Like, yeah, they really need those rapid lights, I think. If they'd put those rapid
Yeah,
lights straight onto the Oracle and it died a lot quicker,
I'm
then I
watching
think this could have
Apoc
been
drive away from the fight there. Surely you want to sit there with Conflag and just delete that Scorp Navy.
potentially.
He's not going anywhere. It's being held down by a Punisher, so just sit there and just unload Conflag into it.
They're
Yeah.
shooting the other Oracle now, which is completely free, cruising there. Yeah, this is completely over. Just getting free ships deleted off the bat is not the way you want to have a match start.
Shout out to
Scorp
the.
Navy keeps clawing back with the tank here and there. He might be able to outlast the Oracle if they go after that. Scimitar's gonna have to work overtime for it though. He's really gonna have to work for it. Meanwhile, while he's being saved, his support wing is just being removed.
I mean, there's nothing left, right? SNI
The
is
thing is,
almost dead.
what is doing that? The Absolution and the Confessor, and that's a bad hit?
Raptor's dead now.
Maybe Rapid Light. Is there Rapid Lights on that Hugin?
I'm surprised they haven't gone for the Simi yet. I guess they're just showing that they didn't need to
They
because they
don't
just
need
cut
to,
through the
right?
reps.
Yeah, I mean, the Simi's got a pretty good resist profile against lasers, right? So you just cut through everything else.
Is it damped or anything? I guess maybe.
Simi? I don't think so.
Oh, it was hams on the Hugin, by the way. I
It's
just had a
gonna
quick
be dead now.
Oof! Look how fast it took damage.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like his shield. Oof, oof.
There we go.
I love this setup. This Apox
Those
setup.
laser volleys are good. Those laser volleys are just strong as hell.
That was brutal. I don't. Some fireworks going off here. There, someone showing off. I'm not sure who that is. Very
mean,
pretty.
You think like this? They won this on the comp, or do you think they won it just by piloting? Because I kind of feel like that Sturb should not have died that quickly at all. Surely.
Nah, the Sturb didn't pay attention and didn't expect the damage. Didn't press his Axel ISB button.
Yeah, he died in like two
yeah.
or three volleys.
Do you think if maybe they flew that a bit flew that a bit better, they might have swung this? I don't know. Not sure.
Not sure, but just being in Hugin web range with a Cerberus, yeah,
Not a fun
you don't want to do
experience,
that.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
Maybe
I don't know. I'm kind of trying to think if there was maybe it was a piloting error rather than just pure like this comp is good, because that comp is pretty good, but we already know the weakness, which is that it lacks somewhat in screen.
ABA are not having a good night. I think that's the third match they've lost, unfortunately. But then, to be fair, they have been fighting Warlords of the Deep twice and Weekend Warriors, who are really good teams, and they've put up a fight. Last week, they actually won 2, lost 1, I think. And I've been really impressed with they're coming out punching for sure.
Hey, look, the Leshaks are back.
So Rick Javits and Scorpion Aviation there exploding, and congratulations to Weekend Warriors for another win. We'll warp across the Sandlot. So got 2 more matches tonight. No Vacancies and Volta up next.
This is going to be interesting for sure. Like, you've essentially got Fly Killer versus Double Leshak, and a lot of small stuff. So I mean, Fly Killer's going to have fun killing flies. So
It's
Scorp
not
maybe against
actually-
2 Leshaks.
No, it's not actually Fly Killer. Like Volta isn't playing Fly Killer. It's
I know. I'm just talking about the rest of their comp, the smaller stuff.
okay.
Sleipnir, Jackdaws. That seems like a thing just set to delete small stuff, you know. And
Yeah, it's
even the
an-
Gila, for Christ's sake. Gila's amazing at that job.
AC Sleipnir though, so it kills small stuff. Not as good as an RT1, but still pretty
That's
good
true,
if
yeah.
it comes close.
I didn't see that. Yeah, you're right about that for sure.
So do
I
you
mean,
think?
to be fair, if it gets in close and it holds him down, it can
I
kill
mean,
small stuff, but it's
then-
not as good.
I mean,
Not as
even the range on our the ACs on the Sleipnir isn't that bad. So if small stuff gets close, it can actually take a beating.
I mean, if it's
But,
45s, you
real
can
big-
engage in like 60 kilometers.
So
Depending on his fit, of course.
what I'm hoping is that these Leshak pilots, they got back to the station and kind of like half-time in a football match, their coach gave them a call talking to and was like, come on guys, what are you doing out there?
Don't shoot
Shooting
your
your
own
own
fucking
logistics. And now they like,
I don't
you
think
know,
I don't think it was that nice. It literally was
No.
just them just shouting, "Don't shoot your own fucking logic."
yeah,
Are you
they've been
serious
yelled at,
right
they've
now?
been shamed, and now they're going to come out twice as they're going to be concentrating like crazy, and they're going to give it their all, and they're going to burn through this SNI like crazy. So that might happen. I don't know. We'll
I
find
think I
out
want to watch
soon.
it for sure. I want to watch the Wolves and the Svipple against the support wing, because I get the feeling they're going to go munching Manticores and maybe even Jackdaws as well. I want to
Yeah,
see
or they're-
if they can do that.
Yeah, maybe the Jackdaws will munch them though, especially with AC Sleipnirs.
It will go either way for sure. Like Wolves
Yeah.
are pretty hard to kill, but Jackdaws are good at the job.
So yeah, the team's ready, and yeah, we'll start the countdown now.
I think the issue is
What's
that
your
they
bet on
cannot
now, man?
like the Wolf and Swiftles, they can't really commit to the Jackdaws because that might get them out of Logi range, and if they do that, they'll probably die.
It's gonna be a question as well, like what the Logi does here. I kind of feel like
Yeah.
if the Logi elite gets away from those Jackdaws, the Svipples will dive in and just kill them. It's like in a straight fight, I think Svipples will win that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's of course if they're away from Logi. We'll see. Like it's all gonna be position and placement.
Okay, yeah, Sleipnirs are like
Uh-oh.
letting the
Look at those
Leshaks
wolves
run
diving in.
them.
Look at those wolves.
Yeah,
They're
it's
diving in.
diving
They're gonna get
against
shot.
their-
Surely, come on. Yep, there it is. There's the volley. That was not gonna work. Turn around, buddy. Stop charging in.
I mean, it's still wolves, right? So they're reasonably tanky, but this wolf.
There we
needs
go, he's
to
turning
turn
off.
a lot
That guy's-
quicker.
Yep,
The
slaves
other one
turned
is
off.
just
Now we got.
gonna-
He's going in.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's gonna survive.
I mean, he
So-
will get in. What's he gonna do after that? I'm watching Pinky get in there. And
he
also,
he actually got cable tackled, so he's just he's dead.
Oh,
Nice, you got cable tackled
tr-
for a second there, but then you just died.
So what?
Well,
Like,
Like every
worth
2v2
it.
part in the abyss. Congrats,
the
you got him
other-
tackled.
We've got the other wolf also going in. The swiftboots, and like either you charge in all at once, or you don't charge in at all, but you don't do this weird one after the other thing.
that was kind of like a rookie Alliance tournament error there, I think. I'm not sure if that came from the
I-
captain, like, hey, you, go in there. Your one job is MWD
Yeah.
and press F1, and that's your one job. And maybe it was a little bit over.
That's kind of the problem. Like they've used up their wolves way too early. It's just like,
Oh.
yes, these are good ships. They can be used very well, but you've thrown them away for no gain.
It was a boundary as well, as
Yeah,
pointed
it's
out there.
deleted now. They're just getting slaughtered here.
Come on. Come on, the Shacks, do something. They seem like they're kind of wandering around, maybe a bit tired. They're not really sure what to do.
Are they shooting a friendly
Get
again?
So, as Ifka pointed out on the stream, that comp, the Shack comp, is actually illegal because it has 4 destroyer hulls.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right.
And so it should have picked up
Not
on
only
that.
has it
But
lost, it's also illegal.
I thought, shall I send them back to station? Nah, let's play on. But
It's
yeah,
not
in
that
a
bad,
tournament,
they're
that
fine
would be an invalid comp because it had 4. So we, for this tournament, I sort of tried to switch things up a little bit. I think people wanted to be able to bring multiple of the same ship, but that kind of leads to odd things like 8 battle cruisers. So yeah, just try and switch things around a little bit. Give the teams a challenge. We've gone with a maximum of 3 of any whole size. So 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, 3 frigates, etc. The only ship that's exempt from that is the logistics. They don't count towards that total. So yeah. So having 2 Sweeples, Magus, and a Pontifex is technically not allowed. Looks like a bit of a cleanup here. I don't really know.
I mean, they almost killed the Manticore of Malta there, but I think he's pulling back now. Lucky volley from the Leshaks, probably.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see these Leshak things because they don't seem to be doing what I expect Leshaks to do. Do you know what I mean?
They're not doing anything, right? And you.
I have
usually-
fancy, powerful ship. I must win the battle, right? Yeah, that's how it works.
I mean, they're shooting the Simi there. They should have Kutraki on him, but they don't seem to be doing any damage. I'm really confused.
I don't know if this is
Yeah.
reserved, but the moment I said that, I got a blood nose to be right back.
That might
Oh,
be
wow.
just a graphical bug again. I don't know, but yeah, I see them shooting this thing as well. But they should be able to do something to the Simi at that range. Like they're not, so that's weird. They're neuting it though, and that's nice. And 1 Leshak dead, so yeah, this is over.
That definitely looks like it's going to be a cleanup. So yeah, we've had a couple of really fast matches in succession. Maybe that's the pilots getting tired, or maybe just imbalance of experience in this match particular. I think that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you get a long match, sometimes you get a fast one. I've had a couple of long ones actually. We've gone to time actually this weekend, which doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, right. 1 minute to time, at least one.
Mm. So that is the last time we'll see Volta and Novaxes this week. We've got one more match coming up before we wrap up, which is Slice versus Warlords. Do you think we'll see Slice use the same comp?
Maybe. I know that Warlords are using the same one, the Rattlesnake Double Claimer one.
Mm-hmm. Oh no vacancies. Yeah, no vacancies 1-1. Lost 2. That's not bad.
Against this Claymore setup, what would you think would be a really good counter to it, Jose?
Is that the
Right.
is that the one that Warlords are rocking?
That
Double
is-
Claimer Rattlesnake.
It's pretty strong. That reminds me of AT11 a lot. You know, with the I don't know if you watched it, it was years ago, but I'm pretty sure that were they called Warlords or were they called Hydra? I forget. I lose track of their name. They definitely had double clay or rattlesnakes in one of the final matches against Pandemic Legion, and it was a super close match.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty strong comp. I'm not sure if I like the Rattlesnake over SNI, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what you would do with the extra points, so the Rattlesnakes should be okay. It's a pretty strong comp. I'm not sure, like on paper, what would counter it. Not sure if like it's a well-rounded comp, so it's kind of hard to find a counter. But I feel like a equivalent armor comp would probably still win. Like either triple battleship or dual heavy armor battleship with Lord Cheersa.
Looks like Slice are mixing up here.
So maybe that APOC comp that we saw earlier with the really good armor tracking.
I feel that would
Maybe.
get run over too fast.
I think so too, yeah.
Like it would have a chance for sure, but like I think that APOC comp, it does look really cool when it works, like as it was designed to do, which just did perfectly. But I feel like if it misses a couple of its key components, like for example the Hugin gets taken out quickly, then I feel like the whole thing can fall apart.
Swiftpools and Hawks are the same points, right? So I think it's interesting that they went for double Swiftpool, triple Hawk instead of the other way around. Okay, is this a Ham Nighthawk now? Looks like one.
I imagine that's to do with the assault damage control, right? It's a really powerful.
I think it's also because they wanted to bring the Stalk for links. Obviously, you
Oh
can't
right,
bring-
yeah. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Yes.
I always forget about that rule.
Takes some getting used to, for sure.
Okay, this is a ham syrup now. I like that.
Does it come with cheese?
So Slicer up to 9 pilots now, which is cool. I think they are still 1 down, is that right? Am I reading that right? Yeah.
Okay, Slice has an absurd amount of DPS, I think, in their comp. Like that's like 800 per SERP, 1.1k per Nighthawk, the Claymore in there as well.
Yeah.
This is gonna be very interesting. I think they will still lose
On-
because
The experience. Or...
because they have like Warlords have this tackle wing that's so versatile. They can just throw that at a semi and grind everything else down.
I think, yeah, and on paper, I think both teams could win. Raptors are an interesting choice. Cheap. Can they fit a decent buffer on? I have no idea. If
Yeah, they get the
Is
resistance
that
bonus.
decent?
yeah, interesting choice.
They're not a bad tackle choice, but yeah.
Just waiting
I
for
feel like this
war.
Claymore right at 0 there is gonna be very, very sad. He's way ahead of his buddies. And if he charges in, he's just gonna get deleted, and then it's like the same thing as we saw last match, where everything kind of comes in like one after the other, and that just kills your rush.
So points wise, the Raptor is you can get 2 Raptors for the price of a Hawk. Which would you choose?
Probably Hawk, but
Yeah.
I would probably just pick a Skybreaker instead of the Raptor and use the extra points.
Cool. So we're just about to the countdown of the last match. Be interesting to see which way this goes.
If they had single Raptor, double Skybreaker, so because they can actually have one more person, that would be so much better.
I mean, they're at 100 points with the current comp.
Yeah,
9
but
people.
they can split the Raptor into 2 Skybreakers. Okay, and here we go. Links are on the way, and let's see, the Claymore's actually burning back. Nice, that's a smart choice.
Regrouping his team. Emilia Duskspace burning around in the sweeper. He looks like he's trying to execute some sort of plan, but I'm not sure that's such a good idea to put yourself that far out in front.
He noticed the same thing and is now burning back. And meanwhile, the Raptor of Crystal is just suiciding in there.
Yeah, sweeper was totally baiting. Sorry.
Now he's coming back now. That's the pull. Raptor actually caught something or got screened. He's probably gonna die now because this was a very bad piloting move or tactic move, whatever.
Are these Nighthawks heavy
Raptor
missile
strike.
again?
I thought they were hams, but I might have been wrong.
Because they do seem to have pulled quite far back. I wonder if they've just gone. So yeah, first blood to Warlords. That puts Slice 2 pilots behind. Now they're only 2 points down, but being 2 less targets on grid to shoot means that Warlords can focus their fire slightly better, and they've got less things to control, which is kind of
They're going for the Claymore now, which is again caught completely out of position and will just die here.
The Scimitar of Sebastian Moa is really far back.
Yeah.
Oh no, 68 kilometers, not too bad, but he seems very scared of the other team, and he's pulled really far back, which is leaving his tackle a little bit vulnerable. When the Claymore,
Meanwhile, Oras and AP in the Hawk is gonna get killed here. Don't think Lucas can save him in time. Here comes the ADC. Maybe he will live. But
I think he's
don't
gonna
so.
get him. Oh no, he's
dead.
gone. Right, fair play. They took a kill off him.
Vlad is probably gonna be next in the Nighthawk.
So Claymore down for Slice and a Raptor, and they've only taken a Hawk for it. This doesn't look great.
And I think the Simi is kind of tackled. Yeah. It's tackled by a Hawk there, but they're just going for the Nighthawk. Yeah, okay, no, they're burning for the Simi now. They're shooting this Nighthawk on the way, but their main target is gonna be the Simi, except for the Rattlesnake, I guess. Which is probably the right call, even though they could have just killed this Nighthawk here and be done with it.
The Scimitar, meanwhile, he's being tackled and shot, is doing a great job of keeping the Jackdaw alive. Absolute hero.
But they're switching their attention to him, and he's dropping really fast now with his.
Yeah,
Right.
unfortunately, he can't save himself.
Probably the Rattlesnake drone has just arrived.
Nah, the Claymore arrived,
Oh, the
and the other
Claymores.
Claymore is almost there, so. And he is dead.
Boom. Okay.
Deleted.
And it falls like a house of cards falling here, I think, for Slice. As the Jackdaw went. Was it the Jackdaw just died, or people?
Raptor that just died,
Raptor.
and then it'll be the Jackdaw next, I'd imagine. Then they'll go for the Nighthawks and just clean the field.
Yeah. Team captain Vlad there. Looks like he's primary on it. And Seb at the same time, the splitting damage.
Yeah, the Serb's getting deleted though pretty rapidly.
That voice you hear is Arathnon, who is helping tonight by hoovering the grid up of the previous match and helping destroy all the drones and wrecks and things that are left on grid. So appreciate that. Thanks, Raf. And
It's really fulfilling work.
yeah, they do. Someone's got to do it. Space janitor, you know. And Ancient Lexi is also helping in the background, who getting the teams ready for me, which is actually making it a lot easier for me. So appreciate your help with that, dude.
Jackdaw down, and the Nighthawk's going to follow very shortly. This is looking really, really good for whoever the blue team is.
That's
Only-
Warlords, yeah.
As Ifika said it in Twitch chat, only AP fed, everybody else still alive.
I think he's going to get a lot of shit from his team for that.
There goes the Cerberus. Yes, choosing
Always-
to split damage and take out the Cerberus over the Nighthawk, which is not a bad shout when you're controlling the field, but a bit cheeky.
Yeah, if it's another rather light Cerb, which it wasn't, then the Cerb doesn't actually have that much tank. It's fine just killing it. There, everything else goes.
Didn't have much tank or DPS in the looks of things.
So I think Wingnut had to dive off because he said his nose is bleeding, so I hope he's got that sorted.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's quite bad from the sounds of things. He should be getting under control, but it's not an uncommon thing for him.
Yeah. And looks
It's
like
a
the match is
shame,
just wrapping up now. Boom.
It's a shame that Warlords didn't get the clean sweep that they were hoping for, but still a very good showing by them. Very strong, as usual.
Have they won every match tonight? I think they have.
Yeah, I think even the fucking triple shields in one.
And the Redeemer one as well. So
Yeah, I mean the Redeemer one was versus 3 other blobs, right? So that's a fair game, but the other one wasn't. So GG to them for winning that one.
yeah. So with that, that'll be the last match tonight, and we've got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 12 games. That's pretty cool.
Not for your wallet, it's not.
You mean
What's
our
about any-
sponsor Cable Ether?
Cable's got deep pockets; he can afford it.
Yeah. What was your favourite setup that you saw tonight, Ruff?
Personally, I do quite like seeing Hyperions. They've got a soft spot in my heart. They're just extremely brilliant. Well, maybe not brilliant solo ships, but they are, just very much sit there, take everything you can throw at them, and then dish it back out with effect. They're very nice things to see in the field.
Yeah. Jose, did you have a favourite comp you saw?
Yeah, I kind of like the heavy battleship plus double command ship ones. Both the one from Volta and the one from I was about to say Skill U, but Warlords. So yeah, I think those are probably my two favorite ones.
No. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up now. Thanks for everyone who helped out run the show, and Jose and Wingnut for chatting with me, and all the teams for showing up. I will pay out later. If you've been watching the stream and this is your first experience with tournament play and you're in an alliance that hasn't taken part before and you're interested, you've got until Monday to sign up for the tournament, which you can find over at open.eve-nt.uk, and you can click the link below on the stream, find our Discord and come hang out and ask questions if you're interested in signing up. I highly recommend it, it's good fun. So
Links in the Twitch chat as well.
General's asked what time does registration close? Midnight Eve time. I don't think I actually wrote that in, but on Tuesday night at 1900 we'll be doing the draw of all the teams that registered. We've got 8 remaining places, and you can register to take part in that draw. So, yeah. Ithaca 235959. Alright guys, thanks for joining us, and that's it, wrapping up the stream.
Night, folks.
Good night.
See you.